This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news, intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversation. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Good morning. Former Prime Minister Ingram defending Cotton Bay approach, responding to Sir Franklin Wilson. Health Minister Darville says no decision on the holiday carnival as yet, as the government prepares to roll out vaccine incentives. And a former finance minister says the government should delay the VAT increase, or VAT decrease, rather. It's all straight ahead this morning. I'm Dwight Strachan, and this is Morning Blend.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of the way. You know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Again, Bahamas. It is Wednesday, December 8th, 2021. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 99. Again, I'm Dwight Strachan. In a moment, Chester Robards will be joining us. Also this morning, we'll be talking with Doctors Hospital. They've got a new Pick Up Now, Pay Later initiative for prescription medications with their pharmacy. Tell us all about that. And later in Morning Blend Business, it's time for another segment with our friends at Access Accelerator Small Business Development Center. We've got some exciting events coming up in the next few days, over this weekend to be exact. We'll get details about that as well. But first, it's time for the overnight, the latest breaking news from while we're sleeping, and the top national and international headlines this morning. Overnight, in a rare public rebuke, former Prime Minister Hewitt Ingram shooting down allegations by Sir Franklin Wilson that, quote, bad public policy by his administration in the late 1990s was the reason the Cotton Bay Resort in South Eleuthera failed to proceed. On Monday, the Davis administration signed an amended heads of agreement with Cotton Bay Holdings for the development of the $200 million resort, which is expected to create 500 jobs. Sir Franklin, who owns the Jack Bay's development in South Eleuthera, told the Tribune that the owners of Cotton Bay were ready to go, but, quote, bad public policy and governance. This is what derailed this thing in 1996 and 1997, and in my humble opinion, triggered the recession Eleuthera has not come out of. Bud Ingram, who oversaw the first heads of agreement between Bay's owner, Dr. Carlos Sarmiento Angula, and the government in 1996, fired back, explained that Sarmiento, with the approval of his government, purchased the former Cotton Bay property from Sir Franklin and converted the old residence that was there into his private family retreat. He said those plans to renovate, upgrade, and expand the Cotton Bay have disappointingly not moved forward during the past 25 years, not due to any action on part of any F&M governments. He said he was surprised to read about Sir Franklin's views on the matter, calling them skewed and misguided. And he said, he quote, "I've long expressed frustration with slow progress in invigorating the South Luther economy, which was a goal of every government led by me. Contrary to Mr. Wilson's allegations, F&M governments have consistently acted to marry in providing increased economic and employment opportunities and hence better living conditions for ordinary Bahamians with those of attracting desirable investors to our country." In other news, Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Michael Darville, saying that the government will soon roll out its social mobilization program in collaboration with the private sector to encourage the public to take the COVID-19 vaccine. He says the incentives could be gift certificates, and it could even be a lotto. He said it would be, quote, many things. He went on to say, quote, "Those things are being discussed as we speak because we realize there's a group of individuals in our country who are on the fence and still uncertain on whether they want to be vaccinated or not. So we are activating our social mobilization campaign, and it will be released very shortly. In that particular campaign, we will be targeting this group very aggressively." The country's vaccination campaign has been ongoing since March. The holiday carnival has not been granted permission to operate in the country, despite claims that it was given approval to open this Friday. Health Minister Darville says that as far as he knows, a team at the ministry is responsible for approving events. And he says that this process is still ongoing with the carnival and that there are some things that are still outstanding that need to be addressed. He said the requirements are related to COVID-19. Darville said officials from the ministry will meet today. And former finance minister and former deputy prime minister Peter Turnquest saying that the government should delay its planned value-added tax decrease given the financial situation the country is facing and uncertainty about the COVID-19 pandemic. Turnquest says he believes the Davis administration's decision to move forward with the decrease is not a wise one and is merely an attempt to live up to hefty campaign promises. To decrease value-added tax from 12% to 10%, but will increase or add tax on some previously zero-rated items beginning January 1st. And Minister of State in the Office of the Prime Minister, Miles LaRota, says that nearly 4,000 people were illegally receiving benefits from the National Insurance Board. He says that there were between 3,000 and almost 4,000 people who have contributions that were made on their behalf from their employees, and that's why they were making or collecting benefits illegally. LaRota says the issue came to his attention about 3 weeks ago. Overseas, U.S. President Joe Biden and Russian President Vladimir Putin were still far apart after 2 hours yesterday on the escalating crisis caused by Russia's massing of tens of thousands of troops near its border with Ukraine. Biden delivered a simple message during Tuesday's video call with Putin: invade Ukraine again and face painful sanctions that will do resounding harm to your economy. Putin had his own blunt take as well, according to his foreign advisor, telling the U.S. president that, quote, the Russian troops are on their own territory and they don't threaten anyone. With no immediate breakthrough to ease tensions on the Ukraine question, the U.S. emphasized the need for diplomacy and de-escalation while issuing stern threats to Russia about the high costs of military incursion. Biden told President Putin, according to a U.S. National Security Advisor, that if Russia further interferes with Ukraine, the United States and European allies would respond with strong economic measures. White House officials made it clear that Biden is not interested in putting U.S. troops in harm's way defending Ukraine, but they're saying that potential efforts to bolster regional allies could lead to additional deployments of U.S. troops to Eastern European NATO allies. In sports, the Bahamas Aquatics Federation has named a 4-member team for the 15th FINA World Short Course Swimming Championship. That's the International Swimming Federation. That's set for December 16th through 21st in Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates. Picking the team are Joanna Evans, Lily Higgs, Isaac Bastian, and Lamar Taylor. The head coach of the team, Andy Lovett, team manager and federation representative Georgette Olbrey, and Cordero Bonamy is a physical therapist. You can read more about the delegation and what the team members will be competing in today's Guardian Sports section. Overseas in sports, China accusing the United States of violating the Olympic spirit after the Biden administration announced a diplomatic boycott of the Beijing Winter Games over human rights concerns. Rights groups have pushed for a full-blown boycott of the Games, accusing China of rights abuses against ethnic minorities. The U.S. decision falls short of those calls, but comes at an exceptionally turbulent time for relations between the powerhouse nations. It was met with a barrage of criticism from China. The U.S. is attempting to interfere with the Beijing Games, according to a foreign ministry spokesperson who says this is being done out of, quote, ideological prejudice and based on lies and rumors. The spokesperson adding that the boycott, quote, seriously violates the principle of political neutrality of sports established by the Olympic Charter and runs counter to the Olympic motto, more united. China has vowed to respond with countermeasures, but has yet to offer any details on this. On Monday, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki telling reporters that the Biden administration will fully support U.S. athletes competing at the Games, but will not dispatch diplomats or officials to attend. And from the NBA, with the league's greatest rivalry between the Lakers and the Celtics, a battle last night, the Lakers handling the Celtics 117-102, splitting their rivalry for the season. That's sports, and that's the overnight. Time for a first look at weather. For today, we've got a weakening surface trough across the northwest Bahamas. It's going to continue to support a few showers and thunderstorms as it migrates eastwards. Meanwhile, high pressure will dominate the weather over the remainder of the islands. There's a slight risk for waterspouts across the northwest Bahamas as well today. For today, for the northwest and central islands, look for partly sunny and warm conditions with a few isolated showers and thunderstorms possible. Mild tonight with a stray shower or two possible. For boaters, expect gusting winds and higher seas in showers and thunderstorms. Winds southeast to south at 10 to 15 knots, but falling light and variable at times. Seas 2 to 4 feet. For the southeast Bahamas, sunny, warm, and a bit breezy with the chance of isolated showers, turning fair and warm tonight. Winds east to southeast at 15 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet. Another warm day in store. We're looking at highs getting up to around 85 Fahrenheit, 29 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down about 70 Fahrenheit, 21 Celsius. That's your first look at weather this morning. We'll have your extended outlook coming up after traffic in just a bit. Blend. When we come back, we're discussing the day's top stories right here on Guardian Radio 96.9, your home for fresh news and smart talk.
Cash is what we have been using for generations, but it's no longer the only way to pay or receive money. That is great news for business owners. I'm Lasanya Mizik, Managing Director at RBC Royal Bank, encouraging you to find out how going cashless can benefit your business. At RBC, our digital banking and cashless solutions provide security and peace of mind as payments are verified, convenient, and fast. Plus, going cashless helps your business thrive by saving you time and money. Learn more at rbc.com/Caribbean/go cashless. RBC Royal Bank. Banking reimagined.
Do you miss social events with family and friends? Attending social events or dining in your favorite restaurant? The Johnson & Johnson vaccine is available and you only need one shot. One and done and fully vaccinated for now. The more persons vaccinated, the more these pleasurable activities are possible in safer environments. There are many reasons to get vaccinated, but the most important one is that you and your loved ones are protected. To be safe, continue to wash your hands, wear your face mask, practice physical distancing, and get vaccinated.
This message has been brought to you by the Ministry of Health and this radio station.
Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Street, has those hard-to-find fasteners for you right now. You can find stainless steel regular hex, carriage bolts, galvanized bolts, threaded rods, nails, sex bolts, anchor bolts, turnbuckles, masonry tools, hand tools, and weed whacker strings. Check out the rope selection and carved body fasteners, too. Special orders are welcome. It's your #1 fastener store. Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Streets. Call 326-1976.
You can win. Everybody can win with Esso this Christmas. Win with Esso every week in the Fill Up and Win this Christmas promotion. Simply spend $25 or more in fuel, write your name, email, and telephone number on the back of your receipt, and drop it in the entry box provided for your chance to win loads of weekly prizes. Promotion ends December 22nd, 2021. Terms and conditions apply. Visit bettergasmileage.com/fill-up-and-win for more details. The Esso brand is a trademark of ExxonMobil Corporation and is used under license.
Food security is a challenge for many. Now in a pandemic, many more are unsure of their next. The Feed 5,000 program and a $20,000 donation, AML is working to ensure that everyone has a meal for the holidays, and they're inviting you to help. Now until December 17th, visit any Solomon's, Costrite, Fresh Market, or Domino's in Nassau or Freeport, and Exuma Markets in Georgetown to donate and help feed a family in need this Christmas. No amount is too small. Remember, we're all in this together.
You've heard about the 12 days of Christmas, but this year, Rev is giving you even more Christmas with 31 days of giveaways. Simply sign up or upgrade to Trio or pay your Rev bill in full. Then listen to yours truly, the Natural Empress, and Free Your Mind every weekday to find out if you've won prizes like 55-inch smart TVs and up to $20,000 in cold hard cash. Call 601-8992 today. Rev, you and us, together.
Technology makes every day in life just a little bit easier. Whether it's for joy, productivity, or creativity, Custom Computers has all the latest gadgets to conquer any obstacle. Imagine automating mundane tasks with tech and living a freer, richer lifestyle, all while staying on top of your goals. The path to freedom could fit in the palm of your hand. Discover tomorrow's technology today at Custom Computers on Patton Street, Cable Beach, and Caves Village through the Blake Road entrance.
What does Christmas mean to you? What about the joy and satisfaction you get in starting the home projects you've wanted to do all year? CIBC First Caribbean helps you make your Christmas wishes come true with easy and flexible financing and personal loans. Apply online and smile all the way this holiday season. Visit CIBCFCIB.com for more information. Terms and conditions apply.
Hello, is at it again with their super sale of the year. 50% plus 20% from December 1st through December 25th. And as a token of appreciation, with any purchase over $500, you will receive a fabulous gift while supplies last. Visit any of our locations, Rawson Square, Paradise Island, and in Freeport, Port Lucaya Marketplace. Some restrictions apply. Sales on selected items.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
People making these special gifts, taking time to be kind to one and all. It's that time of year when good friends are dear. And wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of the new way. You know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. We are streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for your smart devices. You can also listen on your televisions on Cable Bahamas Channel 969 or BTC Flow Channel 612, or listen on their apps, the RevGo app or the Flow2Go app. And so there's countless ways for you to catch us. And we're glad to have you with us. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan, joined by Chester Robards. Chester Robards, good morning.
Good morning.
Great to have you with us, as always.
Good to be here.
As the countdown is on to Christmas Day, we are just 2.5 weeks, basically. 2.5 weeks, my God. Okay.
Oh, wow.
That's really scary.
That's no time at all.
That is it. It's here. You ready? You done? You did all your Christmas shopping? Oh, should I ask? Have you started your Christmas shopping?
There you go.
Okay. Yeah. 2.5 weeks. Oh my God.
That's crazy.
Okay. All right.
Do we know about our holidays yet?
Oh, yes.
We do?
Yes, we do. We've known from the beginning, and nothing's changed, apparently.
Is anything changing?
No. I called actually this week, the cabinet office, just to confirm, but no, we're not getting an extra day. Christmas falls on a Saturday, and that's usually very tricky. In certain years, I notice in election years, the benevolent leader will grant us 2 days. We'll get the Monday and the Tuesday off, but no. The election has come and gone. They don't need us anymore. So you're getting 1 day. December 27th will be, I guess, is that Boxing Day observed? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're not legal on the weekend. It's out of just generosity.
I mean, it's not about legality. It's not about legality.
Well,
it's just about fairness.
Fairness? Well, hopefully you work for a fair employer who will give you the day off on Tuesday, the 28th. Oh, my.
I want my government to decree it.
Oh, yeah, sure. But, people want that, but they also want everything to be open. And so if everybody decides they want to have the day off, well, all your wonderful fast food places and liquor stores and wherever's may not be open either. Then what are you going to do?
I guess so.
It'll feel like one of those dark days when you're locked down.
No.
Bring back some bad memories.
We don't want to bring those memories back.
Oh, no. And, especially when there was Junkanoo, they'd give people another day to catch themselves.
That's true.
But it looks like we won't be having that this year. But I'm going to make a decision this week, I think, on Guardian Radio. So I hope you all will be able to live without us for one day, right? We're thinking on the 28th we'll.
Some people might.
Yeah? We may take a day for us to catch ourselves. And in addition to the 27th. And pick up again on the 29th. For those last few days of the year before we return after the New Year's holiday on January 4th. And then we'll have 2 short weeks because Monday will be another holiday. And for Majority Rule Day. So it's going to be an interesting few weeks. Everybody should have some time to get at least a little bit of rest, maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
Quite a few long weekends ahead. All right. We got a lot to talk about this morning. And folks, you can join the conversation. We'll give you the phone numbers to call in just a bit. You can also tweet us at MorningBlend969 or Facebook.com/MorningBlend969 or text us on the Guardian Radio text line powered by BTC 422-4796. Standard text rates apply. Coming up this morning, more weather and traffic. In our 8 o'clock hour, we're going to talk with Doctors Hospital Pharmacy. They have a new innovative initiative for prescription medications. Pick up now, pay later. Maybe very handy for a lot of people. Especially with the cost of some of these prescription drugs. We're going to get into that with them coming up. Then we've got in Morning Blend Business, Access Accelerated Small Business Development Center. They have a great initiative coming up this weekend. We're going to get some more details about that and what we can expect. So a lot to get to, but first it's time for what's in the news. News in Guardian Business. Cruise Port share offering begins today in a $25 million equity raise. Port executives expect a subscription in the Bahamas Investment Fund to be oversubscribed. The minimum investment in the Nassau Cruise Port will be $1,000 at $5 per share. We're going to be talking with them a little bit later in the week about this as well. Hopefully by then it won't be too late. But a lot of people have been waiting for this, holding out for this. Chester, you wrote, what do they need to know? What do they need to keep in mind?
Get on now. Sign up on the website, BahamasInvestmentFund.net, and read up on it. But yeah, so many people have asked me about this. So many people have told me about it. I know a lot of people are trying to get this.
Mm-hmm. And when you sign up today, do you need to give that money today, or
you should? You should. I mean, the fund offering is only open till the 17th.
Wow.
So. And the good thing is for civil servants, they actually can do salary deduction. The port offered a $10 million kind of loan. So you can sign up for your shares, sign up for salary deduction, and you'll be in there. You'll be able to get your shares. You just have to pay that off over a 10-month period.
Oh my, that's the only people who get to do that?
Yeah. Apparently they approached the private sector who they weren't quite interested in doing the salary deduction thing. Mm-hmm. For this particular thing, so
I'll ask you off air if certain other companies were interested.
I don't know.
One in particular, but anyway, okay. So folks, that's happening beginning today. We've been waiting on this. This is the one a lot of people said, and today, get the information, get cracking. This is going to probably, like I said, by Friday. Oh my, it'd be quite late. But yeah, so that's very exciting. All right, and we'll have more on that in the business news in our 9 o'clock hour as well. The headline of the National Guardian, though, Ingram defends Cotton Bay approach, responding to comments from Sir Franklin Wilson in the Tribune earlier this week. Our Travis Cartwright Carroll, in a rare public rebuke, former Prime Minister Hubert Ingram yesterday shot down allegations by Sir Franklin Wilson that, quote, bad public policy by the Ingram administration in the late 90s was the reason the Cotton Bay Resort in South Eleuthera failed to proceed. On Monday, the Davis administration signed an amended heads of agreement with Cotton Bay Holdings for the development of the $200 million resort, which is expected to create 500 jobs. Sir Franklin, who owns the Jacks Bay development in South Eleuthera, told the Tribune that the owners of Cotton Bay were ready to go, but, quote, bad public policy and governance. This is what derailed this thing in 1996 and 1997, and in my humble opinion, triggered the recession Eleuthera has not come out of. But Ingram, who oversaw the heads of agreement, the first one, Bay's owner at the time, Dr. Carlos Sarmiento Angula, and the government in 1996 fired back, explaining that Sarmiento, with the approval of his government, purchased the former Cotton Bay property from Sir Franklin. He said in a statement, quote, he subsequently converted the old Kaiser residence into his private family retreat in Eleuthera and commenced plans to develop the old Cotton Bay Resort and Golf Club. Those plans to renovate, upgrade, and expand the Cotton Bay Resort have disappointingly not moved forward during the past 25 years, not due to any action on the part of the F&M governments. I was surprised, therefore, to read, and I take exception to, reports that Sir Franklin Wilson spewed misguided accusations that my government's bad public policy in the late 1990s were largely to blame for the lack of action on this project. I have long expressed frustration with slow progress in invigorating, which was a goal of every government led by me. Contrary to Mr. Wilson's allegations, F&M governments have consistently acted to marry their interests in providing increased economic and employment opportunities and hence better living conditions for ordinary Bahamians with those of attracting desirable investors to our country. With specific regard to South Eleuthera, my government, in an effort to facilitate Dr. Sarmiento's redevelopment plan for the Cotton Bay property, acquired and redeveloped the Rock Sound Airport, much to the chagrin of its owners, from the Franklin Wilson Group. Thereafter, a new airport terminal was constructed, and we put in place plans to expand and increase electricity and water supplies to accommodate the development and to provide services to residents of South Eleuthera. In office, the F&M always sought to protect the interests of all, public and private. Where conflict between the two arose, we always came down on the side of public interests as opposed to personal private interests. Cotton Bay Holdings Limited's application to buy substantial additional land from the Franklin Wilson Group prior to the commencement of development on the large acreage already owned by the company for the expressed purpose of touristic and upscale residential development. We were satisfied that additional land was not required for the size development proposed, and further, we did not agree that foreign entities or persons should be approved for the government to purchase large tracts of vacant land without specific approved development plans. At all times, Dr. Sarmiento, with whom I met at his invitation, at his office, and at his home in Bogota, Colombia, was fully aware and accepted that the government that I led would not approve further purchases of large acreage of land in South Eleuthera by him until and unless he progressed to the agreed development. From the point of view of Sir Franklin, this may be called bad public policy. From my point of view, opposite. Ingram said that Sarmiento, quote, has always come to the table to negotiate his agreements for the development of the Bahamas with F&M administrations. It suggests that Dr. Sarmiento is satisfied that F&M administrations would deal with him fairly and transparently. Okay, get the jabs in there. The former prime minister said it was instructive that the development did not proceed under either of the two last PLP governments. And he said, quote, the outcomes of general elections in 2012 and 2021 resulted in two of the Sarmiento Group's agreements approved by F&M governments being signed by PLP administrations. Notably, that meant to bring the Four Seasons hotel chain to South Eleuthera in 2015 was agreed during my term in office, as I announced ahead of the 2012 general election. At the time of the general election, details concerning road deviations, zoning, and land use changes were being discussed with the developers, as well as processes for dealing with construction permits, work permits, supply of power, water, and communications. Okay, guys, all this stuff there. Anyway, so you get it, the F. So, hey, let's talk about this. And, we mentioned it early in the week, and I didn't go into details on it because, I thought, am I missing something as well? I thought we were kind of like, didn't we say this, or was it just the public that said this, that we were kind of over these big developments and that we needed more boutique offerings? And even that is, as a result of the pandemic, that proof that could be problematic too. But is that not what we did? Did we say, no? Am I missing something? I thought.
Are you talking about this Marriott deal?
Well, where is it? Ritz-Carlton, eh?
Yeah. That's the one.
Oh, is that owned by the Marriott now?
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
But that's Ritz-Carlton's boutique.
That is okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Ritz-Carlton Reserve.
So it is a boutique-ish, but right. Will get out of it mainly.
Well, that's all we kind of get out of the tourism sector.
The usual jobs. Okay. All right. So a lot of back and forth here. Let's talk about, what do you make of it? What do you think of it? Does it matter anymore anyway? But we've got a lot of examples of this, of people coming forward. It was interesting this week to see people talking about Gin and that disaster in West Grand Bahama and revitalizing that part of the island. And of course, with the bazaar burning down, people remember what was supposed to happen with the Royal Oasis and the plans there and how that didn't come to fruition. So many of these exciting announcements are made, and decades later, nothing comes out of it. Nothing at all. Is there something that can be done to stop that from happening, at least? What's going on here? 1996, that's a long time ago, very long time ago. Boy, and what's the guarantee that this heads of agreement, that things will come out of this, that within a few years we will say, well, look at this, it actually happened. Let's talk about it. Give us a call, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us, 422-4796. You see from Ingram's examples, I mean, to meet the demands, to make sure that there would be nothing holding back the development, redeveloping that airport and fixing the infrastructure, the roads and all this stuff, but yet nothing came out of it. And we're seeing that now, right? The previous administration buying time, like what, 25, 30 years? The previous administration buying the Grand Bahama International Airport, hoping that will help to give that Grand Lucayan a better shot, a better deal. And yet that looks as shaky as ever. What's going to happen there? And Grand Bahama's tourism product in general. What do we do? What do we do? Let's talk. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us, 422. This text here, slaves to tourism forever.
Oh, is that a text, you said?
Yeah. Yes. What do you think about this? What do we need to do here, Chester, to ensure that these things happen when they're supposed to happen, that you sign these things and that's not the end of it?
Well, so it's like in some gated communities, right? When you buy a piece of land and you start to build, they give you a certain amount of time to build. And if you don't bill, they start to
Very interesting.
tax you.
Yeah.
If you don't meet the deadline, you got to pay fines.
And you saw that with the Prospect Ridge development, which looks like that will be. Anyway, you saw how there was that talk, right? How many years did you have to complete it? 2 years?
Yeah, I think 2 years.
We're prepared to do that to our regular, ordinary citizens,
Right.
but we don't have the guts to stand up 3 years, 5 years, and if you don't,
Right.
taking it back, you're gonna get a huge bill. We're going to make sure the whole world knows that you've whatever. We won't do that to them.
I don't know if these things exist in these heads of agreements. I assume they don't. But yeah, just like so they have that. What happened with the oil company because of COVID? They had this particular clause that they brought up. Of course, you have those extenuating circumstances that don't allow you to do things.
Sure.
Not in cases like Ginn and stuff. No, we need to get some money back from these people.
Yeah.
Or like you say, take the land.
Something's got to be done. Something dramatic. Yeah. And I keep saying Ginn was one of the. That was terrible. That was terrible what happened there. And now, they just razed the land. Every tree was knocked down. Nothing came out of that.
Yeah, that every tree situation. Pretty sure part of that is illegal.
Oh, maybe not of the. Anyway, I'm sure. But everybody knew that it happened.
Yeah.
It couldn't just happen overnight.
Well, people do it on a regular day at their properties now anyway, because there's still a percentage of tree that you're supposed to leave on your land.
Yeah.
And certain types of trees you can't.
Right.
You have to either relocate. I don't think you could take it down.
Yeah. Things are a little bit more difficult now, but we've had a lot of mistakes. Have we really learned from them? And that's the question. But we will see. I know there's some optimism about this, I'm sure. But we will see. We will see what comes out of this. Getting more of your messages here. Somebody says here, is January 3rd a holiday? Yes, it is. Because New Year's falls. New Year's falls on Saturday too, right? Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the holiday is January 3rd. And then another one on January 10th. Yeah. They published this list fairly early in the year. We were just hoping there might have been an adjustment for the 28th.
Yeah.
But that has not come to. No, it won't happen. All right. Someone says here, is the cruise port offering the public offering? Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. There's been no email blast. What? What? Anyway, or a circular to public servants about this offering. Oh, you mean about? Okay, well then,
Oh, well, all the details are going to be on the website. I guess in circumstances like this, when they're like, yeah, this is going to be fully subscribed.
Keep that hush hush.
Keep it little. You don't have to do as much work as you and spend as much money on advertising as you need to.
Oh dear.
But no, everything's going to be on the website as well. So.
All right, so
and they have been talking about this for forever.
A little bit. I mean, forever, but
I feel like I've written about it at least 4 times.
But it's been a long time since it was last really discussed. Like, okay, what was the one they did? The private offering they did.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
The institutional raising. Yeah.
That was for the millionaires. And, it's been kind of quiet since then. But yeah, we knew it was coming. All right, so the texture goes on to say there's been no email blast or circular to public servants about this offering or reminder that it was being launched today. Please repeat the website address and details of the offering for our benefit.
Yeah, it's going to be www.bahamasinvestmentfund.net. I'm looking at it. It's not up yet, but it will be up later, I think, and maybe somewhere in about 2 hours. So.
Yeah, we were expecting them today, actually, on the show, but they had to push that back. But this is launching today, yes. And as we said, it's the minimum investment is $1,000 at $5 per share. Minimum $1,000.
Yeah.
So if you've got 1,000 lying around, you don't know what to do. Maybe tell the folks Christmas will come later, and invest that. Perhaps. Think about it.
Definitely read the prospectus and all of the things, because as I wrote in my story today, and they were telling me yesterday, you won't be able to, for lack of a better phrase, cash in for 3 years after you buy it. Kind of to protect the investment money there for right now.
Okay.
So you'll have to hold on to that share for 3 years. So if you don't, the money that you invest, if you don't need it, you'll let that sit for a bit.
Okay, this text is here, the last part of it, about their text. You can't be sued for reading this, and I'm the reporter. Well, that's why you would say that, right? But anyway, I'm going to read it. I guess Sir Franklin was more concerned about selling land. My personal opinion. That's the texter there. Okay. This one says here, it's simple. They buy the land with access monies that will be taxed in their country, sit on it for 20 years, then turn it over for profit or pass it on to their family. Yeah. This one says here, Dwight, can you stop saying just jobs in reference to touristic developments? For a struggling mother who needs to feed and clothe and educate her children, a job is what she needs. Are you one of those people? Because I doubt you are. I
got an interesting text. I got an interesting text here that says, just jobs, sigh. That explains why there is no big deal about the state of education in the Bahamas. Ministry of Education is working as it was designed to produce cheap labor and consumers and maintain the status quo.
Yeah. Well, this texture goes on and says, because you already have a job, you are now being elitist. Doesn't the Guardian employ people? Everyone cannot be an owner. No, that's not what I mean. I mean people having careers, right? People, this is just, hey, you come.
I don't know if anybody wrote or did a study on this, but and I know someone with a great deal of amount of knowledge said something on this. I don't even remember how, but when Atlantis was built and being built, like people prepared themselves, people even coming out of high school, to go into the industry, to fold towels on the beach and do things at Atlantis. And they made really good money in the beginning. Right? Remember that? The Atlantis boom was really good, and people made a lot of money. And and I don't know that the salaries are that great now. But it kind of started this snowball effect of people, maybe, I'm not an expert here, not really caring about their education, but saying I could always get a hotel job. Like, that was never a joke. The thing about saying I could always get a hotel job was never a joke. That was a problem,
Yeah.
So,
and there's no doubt about it. That has caused grave issues for our country. And it's been wonderful. It had been wonderful, but things are a little bit different. But yeah, the fact that you could fall back on that if nothing else works out. And as you said, it has diminished our interest collectively in education. Not everybody, of course, but it doesn't matter. Just finish high school and go work in the hotel.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure there's some parents who even just encourage that.
Absolutely.
Some parents in places, and they're probably like, maybe not even finish school.
Yeah.
Just go get a hotel job.
Right. And if that sounds elitist, well then, oh well. But that's what it is. And it is biting us in the butt. It's been doing that. We've got issues because of that type of mentality. We've got issues. I mean, it's... Okay.
And we see how great the turnover in hotels could be.
Especially recently. These used to be solid jobs. You'd work till you retire. You get your whatever when you are old enough to leave. And there was never any threat of you not retiring from here. But it's not like that now. It's not like that at all. A lot of people have been burned, actually. But, yeah. Okay. Anyway, this person said, Dwight and Chester, with the re-election of the PLP as government, be prepared to see a lot of dry bone projects. What does that mean? Live again and get stuffed. They have some names, which I won't read.
Dry bone projects. I like that.
Okay. And then what? Will they come to life, though? Or will there be reimagined heads of agreement and a new MOU, but 5 years from now, still nothing? This person says here, Freeport will never be better as long as the Port Authority is there. Okay. Oh, well. All right, let's go to the phone lines. And you can call in again, as we said, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us. Good morning, caller. You're on Morning Blend.
Good morning, Dwight.
Hi.
Good morning, dear boy, Chester.
Morning.
Dwight, you know, your guys really getting good now. And Sean, I need them. They call it investigative journalism. And you all keep on talking to us, man. You know, because I use my phone for to get education. Dwight, Mr. Tusi, you all got to give Mr. Tusi credit for extending that Hospital Creek agreement for another 50 years. And the text was there, Dwight. As long as they in charge, nothing can ever happen in Freeport, all but greed and money. And all those land, again, and I group, the government should take them land back and tax them. Anybody who own all these land, I don't care what it is, tax them according to the acreage of the land. You see, because you can't tax us. So I don't thank God, I used to tell my children, don't never go work in a hotel. That's a slave job. And so far, I tell them, follow my family tradition. Police, defense, force, immigration, races, etc., etc. Try, learn a trade and go on your own. See, we need to fix this country for behemoths. You know, we need to stop. And Dwight, you're doing an excellent job, man. I'm so proud of you guys this morning. Keep leaking information, man.
Well, leaking. Okay. Well, sure. Yeah, we have the information. We're leaking. But okay.
You know,
just speaking facts. Mm-hmm.
Hospitality isn't a slave job. I worked in hospitality when I was in college in Miami, right? And just like the restaurant jobs in Miami, a lot of people are in transition, right? So people work there, they're in college, they're trying to pay off school, blah, 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 and then they move on. And then a new generation comes into this restaurant, right? That's kind of their turnover. It's the same thing in hotels there. A lot of people are young people studying hospitality management, and they work in the restaurant, they work in the front desk, and then, they move up and move on to, back office jobs in the hotels. Right. It's not really a slave, right? Okay. It's good work, right?
Yeah.
But it's different here. Like, that's not the same thing here.
Exactly, Chester. And that's what I want to go back to the person who said, are these jobs? And right. And as I said, I'm talking about careers, and you can have careers. Many people have had and do have careers in hospitality. But what we're seeing here, especially a few decades, is that once you start, people had great stories that they started as a bellman and now they are a manager or whatever. But those stories are few and far between now. You're hearing more and more about it's an expat boss who's been brought in, who actually has been in the industry fewer years than you have. You have to tell them everything and train them about everything. And there is a glass ceiling for so many people now in the sector. And so that ends up being just a job. But it's not, you can't really advance as much as you might have been able to in the past.
Yep. And
sure, these are companies, international companies, they have the right to do whatever they want. They have the right to have whoever they want to be the big boss. Fine. But it's turning off a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's turning off. There are some great experts here who can't ever achieve the greatness they could. Maybe if they left the country, they could, but unfortunately in their own, it's not going to happen for them. And that's a problem. Just to give that website again, people...
They're asking. It's www.bahamasinvestmentfund.net.
Bahamasinvestmentfund.net. You're sounding like one of those older people with the www all the time there. But okay, bahamasinvestmentfund.net. There you go. That's what they say. That's how you can tell someone's age. www.
Hey, I don't type it anymore, but I'm saying it for some
I haven't
reason. You know
typed that in decades.
That's how they gave it to me. That's how I'm giving it to you.
Because an old person gave that to you there. And then, of course, the Bahamian way, WW. Only 2 W's here. But anyway, BahamasInvestmentFund.net. BahamasInvestmentFund.net. Okay. We got another call. Good morning, caller. You are on the air.
Good morning, Dwight.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning to your co-host.
Morning.
Okay, morning. I think when persons talk about foreign investment, especially in the hotel industry, they throw away the bath water with the employment. But I believe foreign investment in the hotel field is beneficial to any country. And why I said that is because you look at the revenue, you look at spin-off investment, like the creation of small businesses, like when the Atlantis was open, there were so many creation of small business. Hello?
Yeah, we're listening.
Yeah, so I thought I just wondered if Bahamians really understand sometimes why governments. I know you talk about the small boutique get into direct foreign investment, especially in the hotel field. Like I will reiterate, it's the multifaceted initiative, and it's a spin-off to the economy. I mean, that's my belief. I believe your co-host, I would kindly allow him to elaborate more on what he thinks foreign investment bring to this country and other countries, like in the hotel field.
Were you in support of the government buying the Grand Lucaine in order to find a sale?
Well, actually, it depends on how you do it, how you negotiate. That's my point. It just depends on how you negotiate. And I listened to Chicago line, and his foreign investment bring to the country, like I said, especially in the hotel industry. Because again, let me reiterate, we tend to hold on to employment like the low-class job or something like that. But when you look at the revenue, and the taxes, so I think countries who never used to get into the hotel industry with the tourists and so forth, you find countries now, some countries, especially the Caribbean, are now getting into it.
Okay, you said something very interesting, the revenue and the taxes. So the government gets a lot, even though we get, as you said, low class.
No, I say that's what, according to...
Right. Well, that's right. The low quality jobs, but we get some benefits in revenue and taxes.
And spin off local investment.
Sure. Yeah.
So I just thought to call to... when persons call downing the industry, when government signed heads of agreement or whatever, they feel as if that it is not beneficial, and they just stay there, take their minds only on the job aspect of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah.
No, foreign direct investment in tourism in this country has its place. That's not. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not evil. It's and the jobs that they provide, they're great. They're great. We're just saying that. Well, I'm just in the past has caused our education system to. I don't know.
Okay, we need to stop having selective memory. Yeah, we need it. Absolutely, we need foreign investment. We need local investment. We need it all. The challenge has been, and we know this, we seem to be forgetting here, what we've complained about in the past, that the incentives that many of these companies get, the tax breaks that many of them get, they're not going to be, not all of them are going to be available to so many people. And you wonder if a lot of these companies didn't have these breaks, if the burden could be lifted off the average person in the Bahamas, right? If we didn't have to talk stuff about increasing VAT or increasing maybe, I don't know, national insurance, something like that. If these companies that have the money supposedly could be paying more, yes, of course, that might be a disincentive for them to want to invest in the Bahamas, but we roll it out the red carpet, but having to make up for it by asking more of the citizens, many of whom will get those low-paying jobs at these establishments. So
I think part of our gripe also is that we have not gotten in. Bahamians have not gotten into the hotel industry, especially on New Providence, as deeply as we probably want to see. In the Family Islands, I don't think that's the case. I think a lot of, especially boutique properties, are owned by Bahamians. But in New Providence, where we have massive resorts, nobody is going to be able to compete with that, and no Bahamian, at this time, at this level. And I think there's a big gripe about that.
Who's griping about that?
I think people's been griping about that for a long time.
Like the people who want to own them, or the people who just want to see a Bahamian own them?
Both. Okay, so I thought this was strange when the Jacks Bay property in Eleuthera, they had during the pandemic, they had their kind of almost a grand opening press conference, right? And to find out that they've been at this for, I think, more than 20 years, trying to get this property up to some standard that it could be this world-class thing, right? Which it apparently is now, was befuddling, right? And I think that they had, again, problems with successive governments and weren't able to do certain things at certain times, and the buy-in wasn't there, and it was just difficult for this Bahamian group to get this property up and going until last year, for years, for decades.
Yeah.
But why?
Yeah. Well, I mean, and have things changed so much now with Airbnb, and as we said, people seeming to be craving a more intimate experience that boutiques offer. Has that ship sailed? Should people even be griping about that anymore? That you could probably be quite successful, a mini hotelier yourself if you have a nice Airbnb, or a couple nice Airbnbs. Is that going to be good enough? Better than good? Recession proof? Pandemic proof?
And there's a question. So with the Grand Lucayan, right? I feel like I heard that there was a Bahamian group interested in possibly picking up that hotel.
Right. Yeah.
What happened? Why were they not good enough? Or it would be nice at the end of this thing to hear why a Bahamian group wouldn't have gotten it. Were they trying to lowball the government? Well, shoot, if it's a Bahamian group, I'll say let them take the lowball, right? Maybe. But, we see Royal Caribbean and ITM come in and they almost snatch it up, right? So, it harkens back to even BTC when Bahamians were saying, we could do this. And people were like, nah, okay, foreigner.
Yeah, right. Well, we got calls coming in, but we need to take a break. Let's take that break first, and then we'll get back to your calls in just a bit. Callers, so if you can, hold on or call us back. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96 point after these messages.
Wake up, it's a new day.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Coronavirus update. I'm Rita Foley with an AP News Minute. Just into us, Pfizer says early lab tests suggest COVID-19 boosters provide protection against the Omicron variant. That word just into us. Separately, in Missouri, the state attorney general is now warning school districts and local public health departments that he will take legal action if they don't stop enforcing COVID-related health orders. The AP's Jackie Quinn has this.
Local school districts and health departments in Missouri have been sent a letter from the Attorney General ordering them to immediately stop enforcing or even publicizing public health directives like mask mandates and quarantine orders, adding that they don't have the authority to enforce them under state law. AG Eric Schmidt cited a ruling from a judge last month who declared health orders issued by local authorities are now null and void.
I'm Rita Foley.
7:40 is the time for your Morning Glen Traffic Alert, brought to you by RBC Royal Bank. And a reminder about what's going on there. The paving work expected to be continuing this week, and there are closures. You keep that in mind. Avoid the area if possible. In your real-time traffic, we've got heavy traffic on Milo Butler Highway from even south of the Fire Trail roundabout, and that's all the way up in the northbound lanes to Tawny Williams Darling Highway this morning, as usual. And Gladstone Road is also busy for you just north of Fire Trail up to JFK Drive. Elsewhere, we're seeing the traffic building on Zion Boulevard westbound and Cowpen Road eastbound to the Blue Hill Road intersection. And further up in Blue Hill, you'll see that traffic going in the northbound directions from just south of St. Vincent Road and as you approach the Carmichael Road junction. And then north of Soldier Road especially, heavy traffic in the northbound lanes to Independence Drive. Independence Drive traffic building westbound to that roundabout Blue Hill as well. East Street is busy too, between the Independence Drive and East-West Highway roundabout and Soldier Road, especially in the northbound lanes. And eastern New Providence, we're seeing the traffic building on Prince Charles Drive, especially near Elizabeth Estates and at the intersection with Fox Hill and near Beatrice Avenue intersection. That's your real-time traffic right now. We'll have another update for you after the 8 o'clock news. Morning Glen Traffic Alert brought to you by RBC Royal Bank, banking reimagined. And at 7:42, time for another check of your weather for today. Brought to you by John Bull. We've got a weakening surface trough across the northwest Bahamas that will continue to support a few showers and thunderstorms as it migrates eastwards. Meanwhile, high pressure will dominate the weather over the remainder of the islands. There's also a slight risk of waterspouts across the northwest Bahamas. For today, for the northwest and central islands, look for partly sunny and warm conditions with a few isolated showers and thunderstorms possible. Mild tonight with a stray shower or two possible. For the southeastern islands, sunny, warm, and a bit breezy with the chance of a few isolated showers, turning fair and warm tonight. As you said, warm, that's the word of the week, and high temperatures today getting up to the upper 80s, 85 Fahrenheit, 29 Celsius is expected highs, although my car yesterday was telling me we were in the low 90s. Overnight lows tonight getting down to about 70 Fahrenheit, 21 Celsius. In your extended outlook, high pressure will continue to influence the weather across the Bahamas over the remainder of the week. So for tomorrow, Thursday, partly sunny and warm with the chance of a few isolated showers and thunderstorms during the day. Fair and warm at night with a stray shower or two possible. Friday, partly sunny, warm, and breezy with a chance of a few isolated showers and or thunderstorms. During the day, fair and warm at night with a stray shower or two possible. That's brought to you by John Bull. John Bull is giving you 24 reasons to believe this holiday. Enter to win one of 24 $500 gift cards with every $50 spent. Winners then will vie for the grand prize of a $5,000 gift card. Believe in joy, the joy of John Bull.
When engaging in physical activity, it is normal for the body to get tired and fatigued. In the same way, COVID-19 has brought on fatigue, but we must not give up the fight. Wear your mask over your mouth and nose, stay at least 3 feet apart from others, wash and sanitize your hands often, and avoid touching your face. Together, we will win.
This message is brought to you by the PAHO WHO Bahamas Interpreting Cases Country Office, the Ministry of Harmless Coalition.
Unlock the value of your home with an RBC Home Equity Loan and do more for the holidays, like home improvements, investments, and build back your savings. When you switch your mortgage to RBC, experience the difference with no management fees, cash back on closing costs, and guidance from our mobile mortgage finance specialists. Learn more at rbc.com/Caribbean/equity loan and experience holiday joy with RBC. Offer extended to December 31st. Conditions apply.
It's a different kind of Christmas, but everything is here.
Yes, everything is here at Shop Smart Department Stores. 2 locations just for you. One on Mackey Street next to RBC and in the Prince Charles Shopping Plaza. Come on down. Everything is here.
At Shop Smart. At Shop Smart. At Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
Open up, this at the time of the year.
BTC spreading Christmas cheer.
To everybody, whether far or near.
Move to the rhythm of Christmas round here. Get your chance to win $1,000 each week when you sign up for BTC Internet. With the super fast Extreme Internet bundle, enjoy 150 megabits of speed per second, only $99.99.
Move to the rhythm of Christmas. Move to the rhythm of BTC.
Visit btcbahamas.com. Conditions apply.
Janae's Christmas Wonderland is open under the Big Tent. Get 20 to 50% off selected Christmas decorations. Restrictions apply. Trees in pink, frosted green or white in a variety of sizes. LED and laser lights, a large variety of tree ornaments, lighted angels, Santa tree toppers, bright and lively colored Christmas balls, garlands, wreaths, red and white stringed cranberry, tree skirts, stockings, and lots more. Add flowers, picks, and decorative mesh to brighten up your home or office this holiday season. And don't forget the toys at Janae's Chesapeake Road. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Janae's Limited. WhatsApp 817-3295.
You've tried everything. ASUS with your mother's cousin's sister's auntie, and even hiding your money under your mattress. But is your money safe? Your Bahamian dollar deposit in a member bank or credit union is insured up to $50,000. If anything happens, your deposit up to the insured value will be returned to you thanks to Deposit Insurance. Visit Deposit Insurance Corporation at www.
Protection for your money, guaranteed with DIC.
RBC has been growing with the Bahamas for over 110 years. We are committed to deepening our relationship with existing clients and forging new ones in the future. With investments in youth, education, and environmental initiatives, we're dedicated to helping you and our communities grow.
We're here to help you flourish. We're RBC.
RBC Royal Bank.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Merry Christmas.
Come, they told me, a newborn king to see, our finest gifts we bring, to lay before the king, little baby, I am a poor boy too, I have no gift to bring, that's fit to give a king,
Back here with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan along with Chester Robards on this Wednesday morning. We're talking about what's in the news, getting a reaction to what former Prime Minister Hubert Ingraham had to say about Sir Franklin Wilson's comments about the Cotton Bay project going back to the 90s. And we're just having a discussion about touristic developments in general here. And so I've got a call on the line. Let's take this call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, Chester, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Listen, I listened to the previous call. This subject for many persons who have served in the hospitality industry, I can tell you at times can be a very vexing one. You know, we blame the foreign investor for some of the things that we see going on in this country without taking into consideration some of these agreements that our government is signing on behalf of the Bahamian people. I've yet to see, going back to the 60s and 70s, and really proud of the 80s when you had a lot of people in the tourism industry, seeing that it is the number one public aspect of employment here. But yet today, with all of these Bahamians who worked in the industry, perfected, honed, and shaped their destinies and their lives, making it into a career to work in this country, but yet there seems to be no upward promotion for these persons in these companies. So let me give you a prime example. The same names seem to thrive successfully in this country. But you have many persons who have given their lives 15, 20, 25, 30 years in the country, but yet cannot elevate past a glass ceiling that has been put in place, whether it's by a heads of agreement or by the government not being sufficiently prepared to put in place or how certain things put in the heads of agreement that our people need to be elevated, not just from a job standpoint, but from a promotional standpoint. And this persons are ticked off. We have a lot of hoteliers here who have thrived in this industry for decades, and all they walk out is 4% or a certain percentage of their monies or whatever, and there's no upward, really no upward promotion for these persons. We want to see our tourism product work. And today, you know, once you reach a certain age, and even now, it's even worse, you have the experience. These hotels and the owners and the government will not stand up for the people and ensure that these people, with their expertise that they have honed, are put to work. Many of these persons are people who are responsible for their homes, providing peace, security, and all these things. But yet, the children are working. All the people like the baby in the bathwater. We need to change this dynamic. We need to get our people to work. Finally, to it. I know this one is long. Finally, there's still no definitive or nothing tangible of how we're going to curb the amount of work permits issued into this country. But its disadvantages, the Bahamians who have the experience from getting some of these jobs. This is going to be a hot button topic for quite some time. I'm looking for a government that is sensitive to the will and the whims of the Bahamian people, putting us first in this country. Thanks for taking my call, Dwight.
Yeah, okay. Hey, these companies will come in here with lots of zeros behind the offer, and and they'll say, "I need so many work permits." What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to tell them, no, we can't do that?
Yeah.
Maybe you should. Maybe you should tell them that. Well, that's how it has to be. Where you going to go? You have another place you're looking at? And they might tell you, yes, I do, actually. And then like, okay, well, we have to come to some agreement. We can't do that high a number. We've got a lot of people who are capable of doing this job. Do we have anybody who's willing to talk to them like this? Do they do this? Maybe they do. Maybe they cave. Maybe they actually get it down. Maybe the numbers were even higher. But that's what you're facing with the investors. And as a previous caller said, we do need the foreign direct investment. We do need that. But at what cost? Again.
Yeah.
Got another call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Good morning, Dwight and Chester. How y'all doing?
Doing well. Good morning.
Good, and good morning to the nation. You were talking specifically about the Dark Bay project, correct? What?
We were talking about
No?
Cotton Bay, but we're
Well,
talking
it's
about
the same
in general.
difference.
In general,
That's the same
just
project.
development.
So, Dwight, actually, Cotton Bay. But
In
nonetheless,
general, not so much specifically, just how things work here and how things like that can happen, how a project can be 10 years without anything happening, 20 years, and we've got so many examples all over the country like this. And we're wondering what can we do to prevent that from happening again.
I believe I was following the from the Cotton Bay days. I was following that project. As a matter of fact, I even visited that project when I was down on Eleuthera, and that project never stopped development. To be quite frank, Dwight, they were constructing and adding on and doing different phases of that project pretty much the entire time, and adding on to the inventory of land of that project. I think I heard one of the texters earlier was talking about they were getting, I guess, crown grants, but that's not the case with the Jacks Bay project. As a matter of fact, they purchased that land privately in developing that, and Chester started to talk about their opening press conference, which took place sometime around, I think, September, if my memory serves me correct, last year. And I was following that as well. And the announcements that Sir Franklin made, because he was the one who was the main speaker, it totally impressed me, to be quite frank, because like the other callers were saying, there is a problem with the gap of Bahamians primarily benefiting from our number one industry. Unfortunately, that's been a long-standing problem in our country. But based on what Sir Franklin stated, their employment will consist pretty much almost 100% of Bahamians, from the executives right down to the everyday staff. And I think that's the makeup of their staffing right now as we speak, from all aspects of their development. Their senior staff are pretty much Bahamians. And so I think that the Jacks Bay project has been the model for setting aside what should be happening in tourism. And now that they're getting closer to their launch with the acquisition of the Ritz-Carlton as their top flagship representation of that property, I think it's going to be something amazing. And it's a domestic-based investment project that has some outflyers of hotel operator, etc., right? And the golf course designer being Tiger Woods. But outside of that, I think that project is doing the business the way it ought to be done in the country. And the government.
Let's see what happens. I mean, a lot can be said. Mouth can say anything, and they've said it, and we'll see. We'll see. But we've heard a lot of this type of talk before. I mean, you sound like you're doing the infomercial for it. I don't understand. Are you involved in it? I don't get it. But okay. But we'll see. We were hoping. We're keeping our fingers crossed. So hopefully the things that you said come true. Great. Wonderful. Okay. Wonderful stuff. Let's read some of these messages before we go to the break. Am I wrong? No, didn't that sound okay? I don't know what that was.
I mean, it's definitely blowing some smoke.
But we were rooting for them. Yay!
Absolutely.
Yeah, great stuff. Okay. The rush for hotel jobs started years ago. As a teacher in the 70s, many boys missed after lunch classes to be busboys. It's the same with packing jobs in the food stores. Mrs. Strachan, you missed 2 projects that were supposed to be developed years ago, one in Mayaguana and one in Cat Island. Nothing done to date. What a shame. I'm sure I missed a whole bunch. There's a whole lot of them. That's what we're saying. It's a problem. It's a big problem. Many things touted. They got, big press conferences, splashy, interrupting the news press conferences. And 5-10 years later, where is it? This person says, Chester did not deserve that, Dwight. He's not that old. I guess that's about the WWW thing. If he didn't deserve it, then he shouldn't do it.
Oh, thanks, Dwight.
That's what I say.
You're doubling down now.
Prove that he's not old. Don't say WWW like an old person. Okay. We got a break for news. We'll pick this up and more of what's making news on this Wednesday morning after the news. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio.
News Network Morning Report. Hello.
Welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. We are streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. We're also on Cable Bahamas Channel 969 and BTC Flow Channel 612. You can tweet us at Morning Blend 969 or Facebook.com/Morning Blend 969. Text us on the Guardian Radio text line powered by BTC 4224796. Standard text rates apply. And now at 8:23, time for another check of your weather for today, brought to you by Bahamas First Insurance. Here's what's happening. We've got a weakening surface trough across the northwest Bahamas. That's going to continue to support a few showers and thunderstorms as it migrates eastwards. Meanwhile, high pressure will dominate the weather over the remainder of the islands. There is a slight risk of waterspouts across the northwest Bahamas for boaters. For the northwest and central Bahamas today, partly sunny and warm with a few isolated showers and thunderstorms possible. Mild tonight with a stray shower or two possible. For the southeast Bahamas, sunny, warm, and a bit breezy with a chance of a few isolated showers, turning fair and warm tonight. High temperatures getting up into the mid to upper 80s. Might even be hotter than that if yesterday's any indicator. We've got expected highs around 85 Fahrenheit, 29 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down to about 70 Fahrenheit, 21 Celsius. In your extended outlook, high pressure will continue to influence the weather over the islands for the rest of the week. So for Thursday and Friday, we're expecting partly sunny, warm, and breezy conditions at times with a few isolated showers and thunderstorms during the day, turning fair and warm at night with a stray shower or two possible. That's your Morning Blend weather check brought to you by Bahamas First Insurance. What's first for you comes first for us. Time for another check of your traffic for today, brought to you by RBC Royal Bank. A reminder about Claridge Road, the work that's going on there, the paving and milling work, and so you might want to avoid the area. There are closures and detours. And again, if you can, avoid the area. Real-time traffic, heavy traffic in a number of hotspots this morning. Soldier Road just not cooperating today. Heavy traffic from the intersection with Robinson Road and Prince Charles Drive from well south of that, actually. That's going to be going on straight up to the intersection with Village, Bernard, and Wolf, and well on to Village. Pretty much almost on your way to Shirley Street this morning. So, but it's very heavy just north of that intersection with and the intersection with Bernard, Wolf, and Village. Bernard Road is also busy. That whole stretch there from basically St. Augustine's Road and Fox Hill all the way up to that intersection with Soldier and Village and Wolf. And we've got Eastern Road heavy traffic from San Souci up to Johnson Road in the westbound lanes. Prince Charles Drive also busy for you, especially at the major intersections like Beatrice Avenue and Fox Hill Road. The usual hotspots are also hot, so Independence Drive, both directions, westbound and eastbound. Blue Hill Road, especially north of Soldier Road, the northbound lanes to the Independence Drive roundabout, and further south near Carmichael Road and St. Vincent Road and Zion Boulevard and Cowpen Road, that whole part Just heavy traffic there on Blue Hill this morning. Obviously, there's a traffic police officer helping with Milo Butler Highway. Things are looking much better there, but the traffic is backed up on Tawny William Starling Highway this morning, westbound to the roundabout with Milo Butler Highway, but definitely looking exceptionally good for you on Milo Butler Highway just until you get closer to the roundabout. Carmichael eastbound to Blue Hill is busy, and Gladstone Road is busy north of Fire Trail, heading to JFK Drive. Carmichael westbound to Coral Harbor Road, heavy traffic out there this morning. And we've got some pockets along West Bay Street, especially near Saunders Beach and as you approach Arawak. That's what we're looking at, a busy traffic morning for you. That's your real-time traffic and your Morning Blend Traffic Alert brought to you by RBC Royal Bank, Banking Reimagined. We are back here with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan along with Chester Robards. Coming up in a few minutes, we're going to be talking with Doctors Hospital Pharmacy Initiative. We'll get the details about that coming up this morning. Okay, so let's read a few more messages before we get to what health officials are saying about the holiday season and what they are intending to do. Just a few of these messages here. Good morning, gents. To say it's just job sounds degrading or belittling. It's more profound than that. Firstly, it's a start for people who have vision for bigger and better things. Some who have started in the hotel industry have moved on to other careers. Some parents who started in the hotel or tourism industry were able to feed their family and give their children an opportunity. Yeah, absolutely. And that's fine. That's great. But, okay. All right.
We're making a bigger point than that.
Yeah, I don't think this person's getting it. And as a country, this is, and that is going to be great for a lot of people. A great start. But we do give away a lot in terms of incentives, tax breaks, a whole lot. So people can get these. And as we've seen, these jobs are very volatile. They are very sensitive to market factors, what's going on globally, anything. These are the people who weren't working last year and this year. Some still aren't working like they used to. Just saying. But yes, you're right. Absolutely. Okay. I don't know if it's the same texter, but anyway, stop misleading Bahamians. Nothing will change because Bahamians keep voting in the same people in power. I remember Emerald Bay Exuma 20 years ago. They told the investor that we will give you a new airport at a loss. Okay. This one says here, we can stop the work permit issue by creating the certification exams locally. What we do is, like a foreign company, say people are only qualified if they have BJCs. What we do is, okay, so you're saying we need to be better certified. Well, they're people who have extreme qualifications and still, not always, but it still doesn't really help. But okay, I perhaps more, if more people are, it might, yes, be better. Okay, this one says, I've worked at Atlantis as a maid since 1998 as an ambassador for this country, selling this country to the guests, thanking them for coming, telling them all we have to offer as a country, top-class cleaning services. But how does the investor see me? They think nothing of my concerns outside of my job. But I am the reason guests return, not the people at the top, and yet we don't benefit properly.
There you go. There's a perspective.
Yep. And as we've seen, people like this at certain properties, if you mention the U word or anything, they will have no issue with getting rid of everybody, closing the place down.
Disposable.
Yep. And rehiring.
Disposable labor.
Offering new jobs to new people. Jobs. But okay. All right. Can someone... Okay, no, we won't go there. All right. So, hey, this will be an age-old discussion in the country, though. I think, this is... There are pros and cons. There are pros and cons to this, but we do need clarity. We do what we put on the table when it comes time to negotiate. All right. So I do want to mention this very quickly. The holidays here, as we said earlier in the show, 2.5 weeks to Christmas Day. My goodness, are you all ready for that? But people are clearly in a festive mood, and some people, every day is booked on their calendar. Every day there's a social event, and that's wonderful. People have a lot of ground to make up for.
You sound salty.
No. I lost.
What happened? Your calendar empty.
It's not booked every day,
Okay.
but I'm not even after 20 months. I don't even think I could handle 2 events in a week. But anyway, but good for those who can. But of course, COVID is still amongst us, and Omicron is here, or you gotta be careful when you say that. But anyway, is around. Although it probably is here. Let's be honest. But what will health officials do? Do they have plans on putting in some restrictions as the holidays approach? Take a listen to what the Minister of Health is saying in this report from our Jasmine Brown.
With the festive season fast approaching and holiday gatherings on the horizon, many are wondering if that means there could be tighter restrictions to prevent the spread of COVID-19. The Health and Wellness Minister says so far that's not even on the Davis administration's radar.
We are watching everything. We have not made any recommendations as to whether or not it's necessary to take. Now the numbers are low. The viral load is low. When the viral load is low, it gives us opportunity to look at new protocols. When the viral load goes up, we will make a determination if there has to be some additional changes to our protocols. But as it stands right now, the statistics are proving that the viral load is low.
Dr. Darville says numbers do not lie, adding that new cases and hospitalizations remain the lowest they have been for months.
We have a country and economy to grow. Our number one industry is tourism. We have to be very mindful of the fact that we are in challenges economically throughout the country. We have to pay bills. And we need to ensure that we have a robust tourism sector, but we need to do it in a safe and protective way.
Despite a positive outlook, the health minister was quick to insist the last thing residents should do is think the pandemic is behind them.
I'm advising everyone during the Christmas holidays to make sure you wear your mask, socially distancing, and to sanitize. These are proven mechanisms to prevent the spread.
His comments come as fears over a new COVID-19 variant was named a variant of concern by the World Health Organization last month. The variant discovered in South Africa has more mutations than any other variant discovered to date. Darville says that's even more reason for everyone's guard to remain up.
We must be mindful of what's going on around the world. We know, everyone knows, that the new mutated variant is there. And it's not a matter of when it will come, how it will come to the country. It's a matter of when.
Now, one thing Dr. Darville continued to stress is that residents must continue to remain vigilant. As he says, it's clear COVID-19 will be around for many years to come. Reporting for our news, I'm Jasmine Brown.
Okay. So, hey, the numbers are low, so we don't need to run out with anything restrictive. Run
numbers,
out. Yeah.
Run out.
run out. No, hey, we don't need to do it. Good. Things are looking good. And we just need to get some more people vaccinated. And as we told you earlier, they're looking at some incentives. Incentives to do this could be gift certificates. Could be a lotto. What? No. They're working that out and should have something to announce very soon. Very soon. A lotto.
Kind of lotto.
I don't know.
Big money lotto?
And hopefully the people who've been vaccinated can be a part of that too. I don't know. But that's interesting. Now, a lot of people are talking about this, and I've mentioned it before that it's so bizarre, the interest. But the carnival, what's happening there, and many are confused, but I think people aren't looking at what's really happening here. So they're wondering, how could it not have received approval, but it received approval, and they've already set up. So it's, as we've learned as a result of the pandemic, before you didn't have to have health approval for an event with people. You didn't need, if you had a concert or whatever, right? And Chester, you know about these things. But now that is a part of the arrangement. So they might have been given approval to operate, but now you have to meet the health protocols. And that isn't done as yet. It seems relatively simple. Now they've set up already, and that's a lot to, right? But it seems like they're going to have to, whatever protocols they aren't able to meet, they're going to have to adjust it until they can meet it. But they are No, that's not what you got from that? What? No?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
It's just how complicated things are now.
Yeah.
You have to meet, sure, you got to have your license and all this other stuff, and you've met these requirements, but now you have to meet the health ministry's protocols.
Yeah.
So the process is doubly complicated. And so why you got approval on that end, but
calm down.
Have you satisfied the Ministry of Health yet? And so it's many layers now to doing business in the country. So keep that in mind when you have.
Yeah, mommy say yes. Go ask your daddy.
I guess that's a good way to put it. Sure. Or is it the other way around? First, daddy said yes, but now you got to ask your mom.
Yeah, you got to ask mommy.
No, she is. Right. So that's what it seems like there. And so people who have big events planned for New Year's, you need to keep these things in mind. New Year's and the Super Bowl is coming up. There are many new layers to this. All right, so we're going to leave that there. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're talking with Doctors Hospital Pharmacy. They've got a new initiative that's very exciting. They'll tell us all about that when we get back. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Stay with us.
What does Christmas mean to you? What about making a loved one's face smile bright or driving your own car? CIBC First Caribbean gives you up to 100% financing on auto loans. Apply online and let our auto financing take you places this Christmas. Visit CIBCFCIB.com for more information. Terms and conditions apply.
Physical distancing isn't the same as being socially distant. I know that sometimes it can be a bit difficult not being able to engage in the in-person social activities whether that be going to the movies or just hanging out in person. But remember that different does not mean distant. As the generation of technology, we can get creative in planning virtual parties with friends and family. Play online games with friends. Plan virtual family parties. Start a cooking competition among cousins, or do a virtual dance party. If you do gather in person, however, remember to avoid gathering in large groups. Always ensure that you wear your mask to cover your mouth and nose. And remember, wash and sanitize your hands often.
This message is brought to you by the PAHO WHO Bahamas and Turks and Caicos Country Office, the Ministry of Health, and the Healthy Bahamas Coalition.
It's a different kind of Christmas, but everything is here. Yes, everything. everything is here at Shop Smart Department Stores. 2 locations just for you. One on Mackey Street next to RBC and in the Prince Charles Shopping Plaza. Come on down. Everything is here. At Shop Smart. At Shop Smart. At Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
For 38 years, Strachan Commercial Pest Services has provided trained certified technicians while using environmentally safe industry standard products. Pests can devastate your business. Together, we will ensure adequate sanitation standards and safe pest exclusion methods. Uncontrolled pest problems lead to significant financial loss due to food contamination, business disruption, and stock waste. Strachan Mutation. Strachan, #1 in pest control services.
Technology makes every day in life just a little bit easier. Whether it's for joy, productivity, or creativity, Custom Computers has all the latest gadgets to conquer any obstacle. Imagine automating mundane tasks with tech and living a freer, richer lifestyle, all while staying on top of your goals. The path to freedom could fit in the palm of your hand. Discover tomorrow's technology today at Custom Computers on Patton Street, Cable Beach, and Caves Village through the Blake Road entrance.
Motto, look at that beauty, eh? The way that melted cheese sauce with mushroom drips from the sides. Boy, I just can't.
What are you talking about?
The bacon mushroom melt from Wendy's.
For real?
Yes, if you're gonna melt, then melt with this. Try the layers of cheese and smoky mushrooms that makes this burger more craveable than any other. Upgrade your Wendy's combo to a large up until December 17th and scratch and win over $45,000 in cash and prizes. For a limited time only. Wendy's, different inside and out.
Is the centralized, safe, secure way to access and pay for government services online. Go to mygateway.gov.bs and log in to request a police character certificate, renew your passport or driver's license, and more. Receive emails confirming requests and alerts when documents are ready. You must have a valid, government-issued ID in order to collect documents. MyGateway is fast, easy, and convenient. Go to mygateway.gov.bs and register today.
RBC can help you wrap up the year with holiday joy with an affordable auto financing package. Take advantage of up to 100% financing, competitive interest rates, extended repayment terms, backed by our mobile auto RBC sales experts who will meet with you safely at your convenience. Find out more at rbc.com/Caribbean/autoloan and experience holiday joy with RBC. Offer extended to December 31st. Conditions apply.
It's that time once again. The Access Accelerator Small Business Development Center presents its 3rd annual Christmas Showcase. Join us December the 11th from 3 to 9 p.m. at the old Phil's Food Service store on Gladstone Road, which will now be Access Accelerator's new location. Prepare yourselves for a fun-filled day with food, amazing products, music by some of the hottest DJs, and a Junkanoo Rush Out to close out the show. December the 11th at 3 p.m. See you there.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan along with Chester Robards. And this morning we're talking with Doctors Hospital Pharmacy. They have a very exciting new initiative, Pick Up Now, Pay Later. And here to tell us all about this, we're very pleased to welcome the Doctors Hospital Pharmacy Manager, Dr. Ivis Turner, and the Clinical Pharmacy Manager, Michaela Stubbs. Ladies, great to have you with us. Good morning. Welcome to Morning Blend.
Hi, Dwight. Good morning. Hi, Chester. Thank you so much for taking the time out to speak with us this morning. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, looking forward to it. All right, so this is a really great initiative. Pick up now, pay later. And we know the cost of prescription drugs can be pretty high. Tell us about it. Where did the idea, how did you get the idea, where did it come from, and why is it going to be so helpful to so many people?
Okay, so the pharmacy department has decided to launch this new initiative. This initiative is customer friendly, and it's really designed to enhance medication accessibility. So when we came up with the initiative, we coined the term pick up now, pay later. So this means that patients and customers alike will now have the opportunity to simply request a medication or an existing refill and collect the medication without the hassle of making a payment at the time of receiving the package. So it affords you the opportunity then to make your payment within 14 days of receipt. And payments can be made on site in person, or you may be guided through the online payment portal by any member of our registration team. So ideally, we not only wish to enhance medication accessibility and of course improve convenience, but we're also mindful of the importance of promoting medication adherence. And so if money was a factor for you resulting in, the potential delay of your medication therapy, we have now removed that barrier, allowing you the opportunity to administer your medications as prescribed and then simply satisfying your payment.
Do you have any indication as to for how many people this would have been a problem, not having the money at the time and, as you said, not being able to keep up with their medications?
Well, I think the current issue with the pandemic and the loss of jobs would have definitely posed a problem for a lot of people. And so we feel like this is a timely initiative so that we can ensure that we promote, adherence and compliance with prescribed therapies.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right. So you say folks have 14 days to make the payments. Tell us about that. What information do they have to provide beforehand so that you can be assured that you will get your money indeed? How does that work?
Okay. So the patient can submit their prescription request online. There is a link where you will enter your demographic information. So of course, the name, date of birth, allergy information. If you have insurance, you can enter that as well. We will note that information. And the added bonus here, Dwight, is that patients will have the opportunity to collect their medications at any of our approved doctors' hospital sites.
Okay.
All right. So we've heard the cries and we understand the concerns of our patients, particularly regarding the risk of COVID exposure. And a vast majority of our patients are really concerned about coming into the hospital during a pandemic. And so in the words of our president, Dr. Charles Diggis, we've realized the importance of pivoting. All right. So what better way to pivot than to bring your medications to locations that are closer to you? So once we've gathered that demographic information and your contact information, you now have the ability to choose the location site. So in addition to our Shirley Street location, we've onboarded the DH West facility located on Blake Road as a possible, and we've also onboarded the Town Center Mall facility on the upper level where you can collect your medications there as well. All right. And just to note that both sites are COVID testing centers. So the option is certainly there to align your medication pickup with your COVID test at one convenient location.
Okay. Wow, that's great. That's wonderful news there. When did you start this? How long has it been now? And what's the response been like so far?
So this is very early in the process. We started approximately 2 weeks ago. And so we are just really trying to get the word out there so that patients are aware that this initiative is here and that we are ready to serve the general public.
Yep.
Are there any types of medications that you can't do this with?
Of course, in terms of pickup sites, we have some restrictions. So all medications are available or are eligible for the Pick Up Now, Pay Later initiative. But in terms of collecting certain medications at pickup sites, we've restricted anything that's controlled. So narcotics, controlled medications, you will have to pick those medications up at our main facility on Shirley Street.
Dr. Turner, tell us about this, what you're seeing so far. Again, it is new, as Michael has said, but tell us about what the reaction has been from what you're seeing with customers.
We've actually had a good influx of patients who have taken the opportunity to use this this new initiative that we're providing, especially in the Western area. So we see that it's actually very good for our patients. It's something that they're going to use, and we expect it to pick up a lot, especially over the holidays. Patients are going to be looking for convenience, and they're going to be access to their medication. So we're very optimistic about it, and we think it'll be a good thing for our patients.
Yeah. Wow. Any other tips do you want to give? I mean, as you said, the pandemic really disrupted a lot of people, and people, unfortunately, I know of some cases as well, people got a little lax with their medication and had to stretch things out. Advice that you give to people who have not been keeping up with their prescriptions, so they can hear it again. Some people say, well, do they really need to hear this again? But obviously, we can't say it enough. What would you want to say to somebody out there who has a very casual relationship with their medication?
Well, especially with our, sorry, go ahead, Michaela.
No, that's fine. You can go ahead.
Okay, well, especially with our patients who have long-term non-communicable diseases. So we're looking at diabetic patients and hypertension patients. We want to encourage them to be as compliant as possible with their medications, because of course, if you don't take them now, then you could increase your risk of even more severe issues that would cost you later down the line. In terms of cost and everything, we are here. We're available 24/7. There's always a pharmacist on duty. So if you have any questions or concerns, if you have any challenges with your medications, just reach out to us. We're always here to give advice. We're always here to even speak with your physicians on your behalf to say what is the most economic medication for you, what is your best option. If you are on medications that you find difficult for you to manage in terms of administration times or even in terms of the cost, we're here to offer advice. There's always a secondary option.
Right.
So reach out to us. We're available. That's the best advice.
And there are generic options, as you say, right? Then people, so maybe this one is too expensive, but there's something else that could work equally well.
Most definitely, Dwight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Michael, you were saying something as well?
Oh, no, just piggybacking off of Dr. Turner, just reinforcing the counseling that we will offer our patients. So once enrolling into the program, we do offer the necessary counseling to ensure that our patients are compliant. And we try to assist them in any way that we can, again, even if it's reaching out to their physicians on their behalf.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So remind folks what they need to do to be a part of this. And this can be even if you didn't see anybody at Doctor's Hospital, you just have a prescription, you can be a part of this.
That's correct. Right? As long as you have a valid prescription, yes, you are eligible to be a part of the program. And so we want to encourage our listeners and our valued customers to call in into the pharmacy at 302-4785, or you can simply submit your prescription online at prescriptions, plural, at doctorshosp.com. That's prescriptions at doctorshosp.com. And then you can fill out the JOT form, enter the necessary information, upload a copy of your prescription or your refill number, and then we will take it from there. We will contact you and then guide you through this very easy process.
Mm-hmm. Do you anticipate this being just the way things are going to be going forward, or is it a limited time offer? What can you tell us about this?
No, this is something that we would wish to continue. This is something that we would like to continue. We note that the pandemic has brought about our need for social distancing, our need for easy access to anything, whether it's medications or groceries. And so this is something that we've become accustomed to during into the future, just creating that ease and that convenience for our patients.
Yeah. Wonderful stuff. One more time, tell us about the process, what people need to do. Just one more time so folks don't forget this.
All right, sure. So how does it work? You can call in to the Doctor's Hospital Pharmacy at 302-4785, or you may submit your prescription online to prescriptions at doctorshosp.com. We will contact you upon receipt of your prescription request, and then we will guide you through the necessary JOT form, which is just a form to fill out the pertinent information that we will need to contact you and ensure that we are filling your medication correctly. After that, you have 14 days to pay. Of course, if there are any issues, we will guide you. We have the finance department on deck that will provide the necessary guidance and assistance. And then we will take it from there. You can come in to collect your meds, come into the main facility or any of our external sites. And we will onboard sites on the Family Islands shortly, so that's to come. But right now, the locations are the main hospital on Shirley Street, the facility at Town Center Mall, or the Doctors Hospital Blake Road facility.
Wonderful. And Michaela Stubbs, I understand you have a webinar coming up as well.
Yes, we do. Ivan?
Hi, yes. So Doctors Hospital is hosting a public webinar tomorrow, Thursday, the 9th of December at 7 p.m. It's going to be called A Conversation About COVID, Omicron, Boosters, and Treatments, featuring Dr. Charlian Bonamy of Doctors Hospital and Dr. Lizette Cardona of Cleveland Clinic. You can find the link to this webinar on our Facebook site, Doctors Hospital.
Okay. All right. That is wonderful stuff. Great information this morning. Thank you all so much, Dr. Ivis Turner and Michaela Stubbs. Thank you for talking with us. And this is a great initiative. Doctors Hospital Pharmacy, pick up now, pay later. Great news for so many people. Thank you for sharing it with us.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dwight.
Okay. We're going to take a break and be back. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Stay with us.
Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
This is the Guardian News Network update on the hour. Hello, everyone. I'm Charlene Ferguson. Former Prime Minister Hubert Ingram says stalled plans to upgrade and expand the Cotton Bay project in South Eleuthera were not due to inaction by successive F&M governments, as suggested by Jacks Bay Development head owner Sir Franklin Wilson. In a press statement, Mr. Ingram reminded that to facilitate that property, his government acquired and redeveloped the Rock Sound Airport. He added that plans to bring the Four Seasons hotel chain to South Eleuthera in 2015 was also agreed during his third term in office, but was signed under the Christie administration, just as the agreement now signed by the Davis administration was negotiated by the last F&M government. Mr. Ingram applauded the signing of that amended heads of agreement for that $250 million resort development, which should bring the Ritz-Carlton hotel chain to our shores, saying he wished the development and the South Eleuthera economy much success. In other news, it seems nearly 4,000 persons were illegally receiving unemployment benefits from national insurance as well as severance payments from their employers. Minister of State responsible for NIB Miles LaRota told reporters that some of those persons, recently terminated from the Atlantis Resort, had also been off the job for more than a year, meaning they would not qualify for unemployment benefits under the 52-week contribution requirement. He said government will have to make a decision on whether to have those persons repay the benefits they received. And Bahamas Christian Council President Bishop Tasia that a sex offenders register should not be made public. National Security Minister Wayne Monroe had said an offender could just ask the court to have his name removed if he felt harassed or threatened. Fernando says that is a concern.
But like the minister said, that is just cause for you and your lawyer to go and say you feel unfair for your life. And what are we going to do in a small society like this? Where are we going to remove you? However, the protections that is needed is good conversation. I think it should move us and spur us, if we are that passionate about it, to now invest in some of the vanguards. That someone has to check on you once a week. We don't wait for you to come and check on us.
Well, that's what's making headlines at this hour. Stay with us. AP Update is next.
I'm Rita Foley with an AP News Minute. There's word from Pfizer about how effective its vaccine is against coronavirus variant. Pfizer CEO Albert Bourla says a booster dose of its COVID vaccine may protect against Omicron, even though the initial 2 doses appear
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news, intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversation. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
And welcome to Morning Blend Business on this Wednesday, December 8th, 2021. Welcome back to our Morning Blend listeners. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan, joined by Chester Robards. And this morning, our friends from Access Accelerator Small Business Development Center, they're back and they're here to tell us about their 3rd annual Small Business Christmas Showcase. That's for Saturday. Time is flying. This Saturday. And once again, to tell us all about this, very pleased to welcome back to the show Assistant Director of Marketing, Sean Gomez, and Assistant Director of PR, Public Relations, Paige Hannah. Ladies, always a pleasure. Great to have you with us.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having us. Morning.
All right. So last time we spoke, Sean, you gave us a little bit of information about this, and the time is here now, the Christmas Showcase, 3rd annual. For those who missed it, tell us what this is all about and how it came to be.
Time is definitely flying. I feel like I was there yesterday.
Right. It definitely does feel like that.
But we're here to just, drop some more good information about the event. We're super excited about it. I just feel like it's a great time to be out with the family right now, and to have an actual event in person is a great thing. So this is actually Paige's baby. We've all helped him with it, but Paige is definitely going to give you all.
All right, Paige.
Yeah, so it being our 3rd year hosting this Christmas showcase, the first year
we would have had some clients which would have been just over a year of us being in operations. And so we were able to say, okay, this is who we are. These are our clients, right? Last year, because of COVID, we had to adjust to an immersive event. We had like avatars and we were online, we were digital, which was pretty fun. But, nothing beats an in-person event. And so this year, we're excited that we're able to return to this in-person event at our new location on Gladstone Road at the former Phil's Food Store site. So we'll actually have a chance to be on set of our new home right there at the strip mall of the Gladstone Road property. And so we're excited to host our clients there. We have about 30 clients with an array of products and services and food. And we really wanted to make this a comprehensive event. So even down to the lighting and electrical drops and everything, they're all clients, small business clients. And so we just wanted to put on this showcase and say, hey, this is what small businesses can do. We support our small business community and we welcome the public to also support the small business community.
Yeah. Wonderful stuff. What perception do you get about supporting small businesses? Are we on board? This is a big initiative in many parts of the world, but are Bahamians there?
You know what? I think the culture around supporting our own has changed. A lot of it has to do with the fact that the pandemic actually did a lot of the shifting. We weren't able to get a lot of things from the States that you normally would. And so it really made people sit down and look at the options available at home. And through a lot of conversations that I've observed or been in myself, people are recognizing like, hey, when you really add up the cost to ship something from the States, paying through a carrier and this and stuff like that, you recognize that the pricing here for small businesses actually isn't that bad.
Yeah.
And, it's better to invest in your own because that money then trickles into the economy and it comes back. It's a full circle type of thing. So once you buy into this particular small business, they get to pay their employees. That employee gets to, feed their children and they get to go to the food store and spend that money there. And so this is how it grows into the economy and continues to push our economy. So that's what we always encourage. But I definitely feel like the culture has switched a lot from, everything got to be shipped into now recognizing that there are services and products here that I want, and they're available right here through small businesses. And, that accessibility to get that right then and there has been a game changer. And I salute a lot of small businesses for taking that initiative to pivot, especially during the pandemic to, continue to have access to their clients and to make accessibility just easier. So we have a lot of clients doing delivery services now and, different ways and stuff like that. So innovation is beautiful to see. It's important. And I think that as this organization grows, as the culture of Bahamians recognizing that, supporting your own isn't just about getting that product, it's really about investing in your country. We're going to see that culture continue to change and the support for small businesses continue to grow.
Yeah, well, Paige, you seeing the same thing?
Yeah, so I think a part of what I'm noticing as well, even within this showcase, is while we may have some small businesses that are retail or reselling things that they would have bought, a lot of these products and services are stuff that our people are making on their own. They're melting down these candles. They're making these specialty soaps and different things, and they're actually Bahamian made. And so in that instance, at least for me, I feel a sense of pride when I can pick up and see, oh, this was made in the Bahamas, not in like India or China or something. And so I think that innovation that Bahamians are actually picking up their craft, picking up and sharpening their skills, I think that also pushes to supporting your own, because it's not just anything you could find anywhere or on Amazon. It's something that's actually made here,
Yeah. Wonderful stuff. All right. So now I have to ask you this. You're a part of this as well, the Authentically Bahamian Christmas Trade Fair, which is, so that's happening this weekend as well. And so the times of Saturday overlap a little bit, but tell us about that and the differences. If people wondering, well, I need to go to both of them, how am I going to do this? What do you say there?
You know what? I think that we have more than enough to spread out, and we have to stop thinking so small.
Okay.
We have to stop thinking so small. People like to have experiences. Society who go to different types of events, and so we can't continue to limit ourselves that this going on, so I have to stop this. No, we all can definitely eat from the same pie and still enjoy it. And so we are happy to support Authentically Bahamian. On the Saturday, we'll have a booth there. And they're doing a lot of native crafts, a lot of Bahamian made stuff once again. And then having the opportunity to like buy in bulk and in larger sizes as well is a big thing for them. So for us, we are here to support. And if that means that even separating that team for a little bit for them to be there and represent that particular event while we still have ours, that's what we're here to do. I always say our organization is small but extremely mighty. And so, we do what we must. And so definitely we encourage everyone to go to both events, go to Atlantis early in the day, and then you can come and see us later in the evening because we go until 9. Don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself at all. We are welcome. We're welcoming everyone, and we're happy to support that event.
Yeah, wow. All right, so tell us about some of your vendors. Who can we expect Saturday looking at here?
So like I said, we do have a wide variety of the types of companies that we'll have out. I don't know if I should necessarily name drop, but I could maybe do some products that you could look forward to, because I don't want to miss anybody and then get in problems.
Okay.
But we'll have some health and wellness items. We'll have some eco-friendly items. We're looking at, especially Bahamian designed socks. If you could guess what some of these persons are, we have some dessert-shaped soaps and candles. We have, we're going to have some sea moss fritters. I'm really excited to try those for the vegan persons out there. We have some
sea moss fritters.
Yeah, sea moss fritter. I was just saying this. I feel like you can make a fritter out of anything. And so I'm actually really excited to try these sea moss fritters. We have, conch patties. We have all of these kind of innovative, Bahamian. We want to mix it up, just not your average kind of event. And so we have an array of food as well as products for you to come out. So you can make a whole experience out of it. So we start at 3 until 9. So we've shifted the entertainment as well to kind of cater to those different crowds. So we kick it off with the curbside rockers. You get that calypso reggae fusion with the steel pan, and they do some of the popular songs that you know. Then we go into DJ Crush, and he's a young DJ to cater to that young crowd. Then we go into Synergy Band, which is a fan favorite that persons love. And then DJ Cosmo, another popular radio DJ. And then we ended off with a small but mighty and excited rush out with a 10-person rush out from Robbers in the Tribe, because we know we've been missing out on Junkanoo. So even to get a little taste of that in a socially distanced way, obviously, we are super excited for that lineup.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. So you mentioned it, socially distanced, and so that's always at the forefront now, or somewhere there in your mind about this. How are you going to do this with all of these vendors? How are you going to ensure that we follow the COVID protocols?
Right. So the property itself is pretty big. We will be in the parking lot. So the booths themselves will be spread out. We're thinking that, the crowd would be able to maneuver through the booths and the event without having too much crossover. We're also, as a part of the COVID protocols, one must either present proof of vaccination or proof of a negative antigen test within 3 days. We're also going to take your temperature, make sure you sanitize. We have hand washing stations throughout. Each booth will make sure that they have sanitizers. Just being able to keep this outdoor event fun and family friendly, but also safe. And so obviously you keep your mask on, seating near the stage, but mostly cocktail tables. So we're not encouraging too much lounging around or hanging out to that extent. So again, just, you can come out, hang out with your family, support these small businesses, get something good to eat. Those sea moss fritters and conch patties. I'm going to keep saying that because I'm really looking forward to those. And, it's just a good time. Support your own.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is free to enter.
Yes, free.
So, look at that. And you get Junkanoo. This is going to be fantastic.
Paige is a star chef, so I don't know why she's
and Chelsea, you take the words of my mouth. I was going to tell Dwight, Paige is a big foodie, so you hear her mentioning those foods. She is excited about that.
Oh, so have you had it before, Paige? And it does it
No,
mean
I
you're standing?
haven't.
No,
I
okay.
haven't,
All right.
so I'm excited to give my review and try this out. That might be my new thing.
Okay.
So, can you talk about, I don't know if you could say, what kind of status some of the businesses are that will be out there in terms of with the SBDC?
Right. So, probably limited amount of booths that can be out there. This was open to our client base, and when we say client base, that goes beyond persons who are just funded, right? So we had opened it up to everyone who has signed up, has been in our process, has been loading, has been in pre-funding, may have an advisor, doesn't have an advisor. Anyone who was open and willing to be a part of this event, we would have done a little bit of a background and screening to make sure that they have all their ducks in a row. If they're in the system, if they have their documents, and that's how we would have done that. We also accepted a few of the booths or vendors from Tin Furl. As you know, they are one of our partners as well. And so we wanted to open it up to them as well because they are such awesome food vendors over there as well. So excited to welcome them.
Yeah. Wow.
That's awesome.
All right. So if you weren't able to be a part of this, what do you need to do to be a part of the next one?
So again, because we are limited, because I know we would have had a lot of persons that would have signed up for it. I will say this publicly, is not a matter of we didn't like your business or, we thought something was wrong, but it may have simply been your industry was oversubscribed. Like we don't want 10 soap businesses out there because then it'll just be, more competition for you. So I would just say, continue to look out for our e-blast, continue to look out for our messaging, because we actually opportunities. It doesn't only have to be like, say, a showcase. We've done, couponing in the past. We can promote your business, but sometimes, and I have to say this because I've noticed that some people have unsubscribed from our email. Like if they get one email they don't like, they'll unsubscribe. If you do that, you're never going to receive our emails again. So just putting it out there, if you have happened to miss, you accidentally unsubscribe, you got to let us know because you won't get in on these opportunities.
And again, this is only for members, for clients of the Access Accelerator.
Both the clients of the Access Accelerator, or like I said, we did it through partnership with Tin Furl. So there are a few who may not necessarily have funding or anything with us, but they are partners through Tin Furl. And we also opened it up to the Junior Achievement Alumni Group because we work pretty closely with Junior Achievement. So they'll actually have a booth out there as well. Junior Achievement has a special place in our heart because they're teaching the younger generation, what it is to be entrepreneurs. So excited to see those JA students out there as well.
All right, we've got some people who are telling me they're just tuning in and missed the first part of what we're talking about. They're like, this is very exciting. What is this? Where? When? Okay, so let's recap what we're talking about. That's for the folks who are just tuning in.
All right, so if you're just tuning in, we're talking about the Access Accelerator Small Business Development Center third annual Small Business Christmas Showcase. That was a mouthful. This is happening on Saturday, December 11th from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. We're going to be at the former Phil's Food Store location, which is actually Access Accelerator's new office location. We're going to be in the parking lot there, Gladstone Road. COVID protocols are strictly enforced. You need to have either proof of vaccination or an antigen test to come in. It's a free event, family friendly. We'll be out there for about 6 hours, entertainment lineup, end with Junkanoo. All of the clients that are going to be there are actually on our Facebook. We have a Facebook album where you could go check them all out. We've tagged them so you could see who it is that's going to be out there. You could set up, map out how it's gonna how you're gonna go, your plan of action, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Yeah. Well, all right. So this is a great way to close out the year for Access Accelerator Small Business Development Center. So what's next? What can we expect in 2022? What could you tell us?
You know what? More helping of the micro, small and medium sector. That's what we're here to do. We're here to support, and that support is through advisory, through training, through making sure that you have good access to capital. And so that's the goal, to just continue on. We've done a lot in the 3 years that we've been here, and we're proud of what we've done and been able to accomplish, but, it never stops. And so we see, for us, our vision is, we see a place where Bahamians can get into business and succeed. And that's the ultimate goal for us, to make sure that the businesses that come out are strong to endure, anything that comes their way, whether it be natural disasters, whether it be a global health crisis, that they have the training and the knowledge to pivot, to take advantage of opportunities when they see it, and to just be strong overall businesses. And that's our goal. And so we're going to push forward with that mandate and help every business that, needs that assistance. And we're excited to do it. I always salute my colleagues and our team, because the level of energy that it takes to do what we do on a daily basis is a lot. And, they do it well. So, shout out to them too. But we're going to press on and continue to help businesses.
Yeah, and just to add to that, because obviously, from the comms team, a lot of what we do, the public sees all the time. And I just want to shout out the entire team, because there are a lot of things that we're doing in the background to try and streamline this process. We've introduced a lot of processes to try and clean up so that no one's falling through the cracks, so we can know exactly what it is that you're doing. Part of that is a survey form that we've sent out to persons who may have been on the wait list, may have been, back from 2018, maybe haven't seen any emails. We've actually been sending out notifications to persons to fill out this form, let us know your services. So if you only want a business plan, we'll put you on this track. If you only want advisory, we'll put you on that track. So I'm just saying that again, that basically all of our communications come from email, so don't ignore them. We are trying to reach out to you, and if you're not getting them, please reach out to us, because we are here to help. I don't want anyone to think that we're here to frustrate them or to create more red tape, because we're literally here to help small businesses develop.
We've met some of your success stories and some people who are doing exceptionally well, and we love to hear it. Ladies, thank you so much. Paige, one more time, tell people what's going to be happening Saturday.
It's all going down Saturday, December 11th from 3 to 9 p.m. The Access Accelerator's third annual Christmas showcase down at the former Phil's Food Store site on Gladstone Road.
All right. Sounds like it's going to be a great time. Paige, Hannah, and Sean Gomez, thank you so much for talking with us this morning. We really appreciate it. Again, Saturday, looking good. Enjoy the holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year if we don't get to talk before then. And if we talk a lot more in 2022.
Definitely. We look forward to continuing our partnership with you, Dwight. Morning Blend is home for us, so we are excited. Just a pleasure always.
Always.
Enjoy your day. Thank you.
We're going to take a break and be back with more Morning Blend business after this. Stay with us.
At Fidelity, the holidays are all about family, spending time with loved ones, and being thankful for the little things in life. Worrying about bills should be the last thing on your mind, especially during the holidays. Let Fidelity help you get your bills under control. Fidelity can also get you started with a real savings plan that actually pays you interest. The only thing you need to think about is what you will do with the savings in your pocket this Christmas. Now that's what I'm talking about. Fidelity Bank is here for you this holiday season because you are family, and family is important to us.
This traffic report is brought to you by Shield Insurance and Prudential Loss Adjusters.
Final look at traffic this morning in Samalabala Highway. They're pretty much out of there. You've got a minor holdup on Thornton Million westbound lane, but that's going to be cleared in moments as well. Same time, the traffic on Gladstone Road has really got a minor holdup from the top of the hill getting into that roundabout below at Bahama Boulevard. The Michael Road exit on the Blue Hill Road doing well. Minor slopes on top of the hill at Blue Hill Road getting into Tony's Million roundabout below. But again, they're moving well in that area as well. Still got lengthy traffic lines on the Eastern Road, attempting to get out there on the Shirley Street and Bernard Road, laden down as well, getting out there onto Wolf Road. Over on Prince Charles Drive, a major slow passing the Beatrice Drive Seabreeze intersection there. Once clear of that, you get a better ride heading into the city. Still got consistent traffic flow happening on Marathon Road northbound lanes, getting into Wolf Road, and Soldier Road, getting into that Wolf Road intersection. Other than that, that's about it for your major congestion and delays happening on the island. The rest is just active traffic. Even the traffic leaving West Bay Street at this time. Active, but still having a good flow coming into the city. This National Traffic Report is the service of Jess Johnson. JessJohnson.com. It's where you're invited to pay your premiums or your policies at any of their branch offices. Pay it your own way. Use online banking or use the local banks. Call Jess Johnson at 397-2100 for more info. With your eyes, got to look at traffic in real time. I'm VANN.
Michael was in a horrible car accident. Prudential Loss Adjusters managed his claim and got him the settlement he deserved. Sierra's roof received hurricane damage. Thanks to Prudential, she and her kids are happy with their claim settlement. Tammy fractured her ankle in a slip and fall. Prudential saved her time, money, and peace of mind. Prudential Loss Adjusters are here for you whenever a tragedy strikes. Call 322-4026 now.
Protect the things that really matter to you. Shield Insurance is the insurance company that grows with you to meet the beautiful adventure we call life. From automobile to home to life and health, boat, liability, construction, and business insurance, Shield has affordable policies, flexible options, friendly service, and the expertise to protect your hard-earned assets. Shield Insurance agents and brokers in Nassau, call 356-7202 or Freeport 352-5945.
It's that time once again. The Access Accelerator Small Business Development Center presents its third annual Christmas Showcase. Join us December the 11th from 3 to 9 p.m. at the old Phil's Food Service store on Gladstone Road, which will now be Access Accelerator's new location. Prepare yourselves for a fun-filled day with food, amazing products, music by some of the hottest DJs, and a Junkanoo Rush Out to close out the show. December the 11th at 3 p.m. See you there.
Helping out each other, family and everybody. It's a simple act of kindness with you, me, and RBC.
RBC wants to spread acts of kindness during this festive season. One simple act of kindness for our friends, co-workers, and help a stranger, give a food basket, or call an elderly person. Share your stories at facebook.com/RBC Caribbean.
Acts of kindness, RBC.
See something? Say something. Call Crime Stoppers Bahamas in Nassau, 328-8477. That's 328-TIPS. Or from the Family Islands, 242-300-8477. That's 242-300-TIPS. Be safe and happy holidays, Bahamas, from the directors of Crime Stoppers Bahamas.
Janae's Christmas Wonderland is open under the Big Tent. Get 20 to 50% off selected Christmas decorations. Restrictions apply. Trees in pink, frosted green or white in a variety of sizes. LED and laser lights, a large variety of tree ornaments, lighted angels, Santa tree toppers, bright and lively colored Christmas balls, garlands, wreaths, red and white stringed cranberry, tree skirts, stockings, and lots more. Add flowers, picks, and decorative mesh to brighten up your home or office this holiday season. And don't forget the toys at Janae's Chesapeake Road. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Janae's Limited. WhatsApp 817-3295.
You can win. You can win. Everybody can win with Esso this Christmas.
Win with Esso every week in the Fill Up and Win this Christmas promotion. Simply spend $25 or more in fuel, write your name, email, and telephone number on the back of your receipt, and drop it in the entry box provided for your chance to win loads of weekly prizes. Promotion ends December 22nd, 2021. Terms and conditions apply. Visit bettergasmileage.com/fill-up-and-win for more details. The Esso brand is a trademark of ExxonMobil Corporation.
Questions. What's your name?
Pam.
Favorite food?
Steak.
Beer or wine?
Wine.
Is your money safe?
It's under my bed, so I guess so.
Are you serious?
Yeah, why?
Unless your money is in a bank or credit union that's a member of the Deposit Insurance Corporation, there's no guarantee it's safe.
Yeah, but what if something happens to the bank?
Your Bahamian dollar deposits are insured up to $50,000, so you'd still be ahead. Plus, your mattress might catch fire. Then what?
Man, those banks and credit unions are looking good right about now.
Visit the DIC's website at www.dic.bs. Protection for your money, guaranteed with DIC.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Time for your morning business report, brought to you by CFAL. NASA Cruiseport launches its much-anticipated Bahamas Investment Fund today, which will allow the average Bahamian to invest in the redevelopment of Nassau's Cruiseport as it seeks to raise $25 million in equity financing. NCP executives expect subscription in the BIF to be oversubscribed, given the interest they have already gotten from Bahamians. Leading investment management and advisory company CFAL is the book runner for the BIF. CFAL senior financial analyst Angela Butler explaining yesterday that the minimum investment in the port will be $1,000 at $5 per share, and the offering will be open from today until December 17th. He explained that everyone interested in investing will have the opportunity to get at least 200 shares. The goal is that subscriptions will hit the 25 million target. Butler added that each subscription over $1,000 will be purchased in $500 increments. The port promised to offer a $10 million loan to Bahamians who might not have $1,000 up front to purchase shares. Butler says that through salary deductions, civil servants will shares and repay the money over a 10-month period beginning in January, after which their share certificate will be issued. He added the subscriptions do come with some restrictions. He says that after 1 year, you won't be able to transfer, sell, or pledge shares as assets, and you won't be able to redeem shares for a minimum of 3 years. He says the idea behind that is simply during the initial stages of the project, while construction is still ongoing, it is to protect investors from realizing losses during that period. Read more about it in today's Guardian Business section. Meanwhile, NASA Cruiseport has completed its 6th ship berth and has seen ship booking numbers for next year shoot ahead of 2019 numbers, with realized bookings for 2023 already higher than 2022. That's according to the port's CEO, Mike Mora. Cruise ship calls have continuously increased since cruises restarted in July. Mora explaining that NCP has 14 ship calls in July, 36 in August, 49 in September, 79 in October, 93 in November, and is expecting to finish December with 110 ship visits. He called the industry in the world, explained that the cruise companies continue to launch new ships and invest in their private islands in the Bahamas, even during the pandemic. Attorney General Senator Ryan Pinder calling on regional counterparts to band together in the face of continued moving goalposts to insist that every jurisdiction is playing on the same field globally, pointing to the resiliency of the region, withstanding earthquakes, volcano eruptions, and hurricanes. Pinder says for the region to also be faced with the COVID-19 pandemic and its disproportionate impact on the region's tourism and financial services sectors proved to be particularly challenging. He was addressing the Association of Certified Anti-Money Laundering Specialists' 3rd Annual AML and Anti-Financial Crime Conference. And the Supreme Court has dismissed Cable Bahamas' application for judicial review into the IRCA decision by an interim order to prevent CBL from broadcasting a particular ad regarding Prime Minister Philip Davis. Cable Bahamas, CBL, argued that IRCA had no jurisdiction to issue the interim order in the circumstances. Justice Indrid Charles on Monday awarded costs to be paid by CBL. The judgment noted that following the announcement of the September 16th general election, CBL began broadcasting political ads, including one in regards to then PLP opposition leader Philip Davis. In the 30-second video, Davis is criticized about his previous term in office and charged that, quote, nothing's changed, and that he has, quote, no new ideas. The ad further states that the PLP's economic plan was slammed by the media, with key points largely recycled, and the PLP, of course, condemned the ad. You can read more about the judgment in today's Guardian Business section. Overseas, Amazon's cloud service network suffered a major outage Tuesday, disrupting access to many popular sites. The service provides remote computing services to many governments, universities, and companies. Roughly 5 hours after numerous companies and other organizations began reporting issues with Amazon Web Services, the company said in a post on the AWS status page that it had mitigated the underlying problem responsible for the outage. Shortly thereafter, it reported that many services had been recovered, but noted that the others were still working toward full recovery. And some breaking news. Pfizer is saying today that a booster dose of its COVID-19 vaccine may offer important protection against the new Omicron variant, even though the initial 2 doses appear significantly less effective. Pfizer and its partner BioNTech saying that while 2 doses may not be protective enough to prevent infection, lab tests showed a booster increased by 25-fold people's levels of virus-fighting antibodies. Blood samples taken a month after booster levels of Omicron neutralizing antibodies that were similar to amounts proven protective against earlier variants after 2 doses. Scientists don't yet know how big a threat the Omicron variant really is. Currently, the extra contagious Delta variant is responsible for most of the COVID-19 cases in the U.S. and other countries. But the Omicron variant discovered late last month carries an unusually large number of mutations, and scientists are racing to learn how easily it spreads, whether it causes illness that is more serious or milder than other coronavirus types, and how much it might evade the protection of prior vaccinations. In your market watch, recapping trading on the BISX. From Tuesday, your market movers, Bahamas First Holdings moving 1,000 shares, closing up 46 cents to 239. Bank of the Bahamas moving 5,000, up 8 cents to 243. Cable Bahamas moving 5,600, closing at $3.05, down 8 cents. Colina Holdings moving 4,750, closing at $7, unchanged. Consolidated Water, unchanged at $2.22. Emira Incorporated, up 17 cents to $11.44. The BISX All-Share Index closing at 2,148.54, up 1.14. That's your Market Watch. And that is your morning business report brought to you by CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
And we are back here with Morning Blend Business on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan along with Chester Robards. And we continue talking about what's in business news. Chester, been checking out the, here we go. It was down a few minutes ago, but.
They broke the site?
Yeah, it looks like it was. Okay, there's a notice. I can't read the full notice. It says that the site is seeing heavy traffic, which may result in an error or system timeout. Should you experience an error, please wait a moment. We apologize for any inconvenience caused. So there's clearly a lot of interest. We're talking about Nassau Cruise Port, the share offering beginning today, and the website bahamasinvestmentfund.net. But it looks like it's up, and they're asking for registration now. So don't break the site, people, but it's up if you're ready. I mean, look at me. I'm excited. I don't even have $10 to invest in. Anyway, oh, boy. Hopefully, we will see. But, yeah, so your opportunity has begun, folks. The Cruise Port share offering. Yeah. So let me get this straight, Chester, which you wrote in today's Guardian Business section. So, yes, you need the minimum is $1,000 per share. But if you want more than $1,000.
No, not $1,000 per share.
Sorry. $1,000 minimum at $5 per share. Wow. Yeah, that's a big difference there. $5 per share, but $1,000 minimum. But if you want more than $1,000, then you have to buy in $500 increments. Is that what you're
right? Yeah.
Okay. So interesting. Okay. So great stuff. Okay. And again, we're expecting them on the show shortly this week to tell us more about the offering. And as you say, who knows, by the time they get on, might be oversubscribed already, but we will see. All right. Some more interesting things in the business news. We had Peter Turnquist, a former finance minister, former deputy prime minister, on a few months back, and he gave his views on VAT. And he's now saying that the government should delay this. Hold your horses, he says. For the reasons why, take a listen to this report from our Kyle Joaquin.
It's going to result in us leaving money on the table.
With government moving full steam ahead to January 1st, when VAT is scheduled to be decreased from 12 to 10% across the board. Former Finance Minister Peter Turnquist says not so fast, as he thinks the Davis administration is setting itself up for a significant challenge. He said with the country on a slow rebound and so much uncertainty, it's hard to justify reducing the level of revenue.
How does those numbers work? It doesn't make sense. And so again, I think that they're taking a bit of a risk, a gamble with the fiscal stability of the country. I think they would have been prudent to wait a couple of months. There's no rush right now.
The Minnis administration increased VAT to 12% from 7.5% in 2018, but it also removed VAT off breadbasket items. The drop in VAT to 10% was one of the PLP's campaign promises in its blueprint for change.
Unfortunately, they were in a situation where they have to, or they feel the need to live up to the political rhetoric, but it's unfortunate. And I think that they really ought to have, at the very least, delayed this promise for 10% value-added tax across the board until they understand the full breadth of what they're dealing with, and also have time to evaluate the risks.
Turnquist says the government must consider who it is really trying to help with this move to reduce the tax to 10%. He recommended perhaps its July budget would be a better time for consideration.
And so even if you were to follow their logic, that by reducing the value-added tax to 10% overall, that there's going to be some windfall in economic activity, they're not going to see the results of that economic activity for at least 3 to 4 months.
Turnquist said, frankly, he feels the government is rushing with this win and that senators debated and passed the supplementary budget in the upper chamber Monday.
To say that increasing the tax on breadbasket items by 100%, from 0 to 10%, to offset a tax break for those who didn't ask for it, is just kind of lopsided, backwards to me.
There are.
Okay. Our Kyle Joaquin with that report there. Peter Turnquist sharing his views. Oh boy. Okay. Let's talk. There's so many things. So many things.
I just have a question.
Yeah.
No raffle today?
No. You missed the show yesterday, Chester. We're doing the raffle now Mondays and Thursdays. As Christmas is coming, a lot of distractions, a lot of things going on. So through the holidays, we're doing Mondays and Thursdays. Mondays and Thursdays for the Bahamas COVID vaccination raffle. That's the most important thing on your mind. I appreciate it. That's really cool. That's very excellent.
No more name puns for me.
So tomorrow, you could call in when we call the name and deliver your puns. All right. So Peter Turnquist, he says that the government should hold your horses, wait till July when the fiscal year comes in, because this could be problematic. They could not achieve some of the revenue objectives. Hey, maybe they could, but well, I know he is a former minister of finance. He's a money man. But it seems like everybody around here talks like a money man, and no one ever talks from the perspective of the consumer. And yes, the breadbasket item thing is a tough sell, but everything else is going down to 10%. And as a consumer and for consumers, I mean, this is something a lot of people, it's a tax break. A lot of people looking forward to this. And I know of some people, including myself, who have delayed some purchases because they're looking for that more favorable VAT rate. And if we were to wait until July, trust me, a whole bunch of things ain't gonna be selling or buying for 6 whole months. So talk about affecting the revenue. That will do it. This has been announced, and they've said they're going to do this, and so people will just sit and not do anything until July, until they get that reduced VAT rate. Now, of course, they've got all kinds of other things going on, and suppliers and businesses are telling you, well, you might not want to wait because by then the price of the thing you want will probably be much higher. But some are willing to take that chance when you are bringing things in and you're hit with that double VAT from the government and the shipping company. What? No. Maybe I'm seeing things differently. What do you say? Chester, Guardian Radio Senior, the Nassau Guardian Senior Business Reporter. What's your view on this? And we want to hear from our listeners as well. Give us a call, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Tweet us, Facebook is Tech96. And then he said something about a tax break for people who didn't ask for it. What? That's all people have been doing. The cost of living is far too high in this country. We've been looking out for, yes, I know some, and we should all be concerned about how much revenue, the revenue the government takes in. But they're getting it from us, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
I need to be concerned about me, how I'm going to make it to the next fiscal year.
Yeah,
right?
You don't even have your $1,000 to invest in the port.
I don't even have 25, right? What? The revenue, okay, sure. What do you say? We got a call?
Right now, I can tell you that the business community is kind of, some sectors are kind of like confused about, how they're to move forward with the VAT change. I can tell you some people in the insurance sector have spoken to me because they've sent out notices for renewals for next year already. And they've had to send them out at 12%.
Oh my, yeah.
So people are paying next year's insurance at a higher rate than they would pay, starting January.
Yeah.
People fuel the cell that they bought at 12%. They got to sell it at 10% next year. I'm thinking, I've heard from the Family Islands, they got a bunch of fuel that they might not get rid of by the end of December, or they bought fuel at 12% that's not shipped to them yet. And they're going to sell it at 10%. So there's some people still trying to figure out how to move forward with this. And I guess we got to hear from Inland Revenue.
But that part is easy, right? I mean, can't you get your money back from the government?
I don't know. Is it easy? I don't know.
But
these are business people who've gone through VAT changes now twice or more. So if they're confused and concerned, then maybe it's more to it.
So what happens in a scenario where, let's say you have a contract you paid already and it overlaps, it started in November or something and it overlaps into next year, you've overpaid because you paid 12% for, some part of it. What do? Do you get, companies obliged to give money back?
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Is the government, do you ask people to talk to the government about it? What do you do there? All right, let's hear what our callers have to say. You can call in 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us, 422-4796, 422-4796. Okay, caller, good morning. You're a Morning Blend Business.
God, it is along with you and Chester, Dwight.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
Okay, we need justice, law, and order in this country. What I want to say, right? First, earlier you was talking about $5 that shares. You're speaking of the shares, right?
Yes.
Now, what I want to know, when you mentioned that paraphrasing right here, nothing going to happen within 3 years. Explain that to me before I make my other comment.
No, we didn't say nothing's going to happen.
We
said that you won't be able to get to cash out, right, Chester? You won't be able to. Yeah. You have to invest and nothing. You can't do anything with it.
Oh, you just got to just going to continue going until 3 years.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Mr. Tangras, you know, one thing with rich people, they don't be thinking about the poor people and the handicapped, right? Now, 10% would be helping the handicapped and the poor people, because food are very much expensive. You can hardly go to the food store and get anything for $100 or $50. Not only about themselves, think about us. Thank you, and I agree with your comment pertaining to that situation, Dwight. Thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us, 422-4796. Okay, somebody's asking about the Christmas Showcase, the third annual Small Business Christmas Showcase. Again, it's Saturday, this Saturday coming, 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the old Phil's building, which is now the Access Accelerator office. Small Business Development Center, right? So the old Phil's on Gladstone Road. 3 p.m. to 9 p.m., the Christmas Showcase. Yeah. All right. Yes. So again, Christmas is 2.5 weeks away. That means New Year's is 3.5 weeks away, and we're 3.5 weeks away from the new 10% VAT experiment. Remember, they keep saying that's going to be for a year, and then they will reevaluate it. So yeah, you mentioned what some of the companies are saying. Are others ready? They got to reprice everything in the store. You notice, remember the initial, when VAT was initially instituted, people were required to post the price, including VAT, including fast food restaurants, but a lot of them aren't doing that anymore. And I don't blame them now because the VAT is changing. And so that's a lot of work to have, although the prices do go up frequently in any event. But that's a lot of work. So you just put the price, and whatever VAT is today, that's what you got to pay. But yeah, are people ready? Are folks ready for this? What are they telling you?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, folks are saying they're ready. I think everyone's just ready for this whole rigmarole to be done.
Mm-hmm.
People are just, I know everyone's was excited for the decrease, but again, some companies are kind of like, we're not sure what to do, we're not sure what's happening. Some want them to wait till March, but overall, people are just ready to have it done and call it a day.
Wait till March.
Yeah, just so they can get certain things in.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I think it's time for consumers to let their voices be heard. And again, I know about the bread basket items. People are a little concerned about that, but for other things, this is going to be pretty decent for consumers.
Yeah. Again, like they said, especially for like big purchases, it's more of a thing when you have a big purchase.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
that's gonna.
And so it could be
good for certain people.
Yeah, a significant boost. Some people like, okay, that isn't as bad as it could have been. And we'll see. Let's keep our fingers crossed that they find that it works suitably well enough for this to be a little more permanent than a year. A little more.
Yeah,
permanent.
I think they've kind of talked about it stretching past a year already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think they're kind of almost certain that it'll go beyond a year.
Right. Yeah. And definitely not 15%. Still
we just need the inflation stuff to even out again.
Yeah.
That's where the problem lies now.
Yeah, exactly. And
because prices are going up anyway.
Yeah, may not benefit much of us at all. Sadly, we need that and gas prices to catch some sense.
Yeah.
And a further reduction in some duties. How about that? Asking for too much. Asking for too much now, I suspect. But hey,
government trying to make money in it.
Right. Again, if that's fine, if it weren't on our backs. Let's take this call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Good morning. And quickly, please.
Hi.
www is, let's going back quickly. www is not required for all web pages because it would not work on all web pages. I will discuss that another time. Now, not a correction. 100% of zero is zero. So, breadbasket item moving from nothing to now 10% is not a 100% increase because you cannot find 100% of zero. And now, I will ask a question, please. When the tax was increased from 7.5% to 12%, was that the point when breadbasket items were excluded?
Yes.
Okay, just want to get information. Now, regarding the remarks that were made, I think ideally it would have been nice for the government to do it within a new budget period on their own budget that was made. I think the government should follow through with the promise. I can see Mr. Turnquist's point because, and I can also see your point, you are as a consumer. Now, I know that in terms of the gas stations and so on, in fuel in the Family Island or wherever, because the VAT is not built in or shown to the customer, they can do all kind of adjustments, and nobody would know what type of calculation was done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very true. I think we could say that here too. But yeah, I'm worried about them. Very worried about them because even though we're complaining about $5.44, $5.45 a gallon here, it's likely $6-7+ on those islands. I don't know how they do it, and they've got further to drive, and it's just amazing. And what's being done? Anything being done? Anybody talking about that? Anybody care about that? Anybody care about changing that, fixing that, helping that to get better? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Anyway, Chester Robards, thank you so much. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure, Dwight.
I'll talk with you again next week. And I'll be back with more Morning Blend and Morning Blend Business tomorrow morning right here. Dwight Strachan, have a great day. Stay tuned for On the Clock with Aaron Green coming up next.
It's a new day.